Well, actually...
And I'm watching the rise, and I wouldn't say I'm shocked cause I'm hardly surprised. This one's for the ride, this one's for who knew I'd make it, just needed some time. This one's for my wife, could've left 1,000 times just to by my side. This one's for the grind, I knew it would happen, just had the strength in my mind.
It's the Travel OG, and welcome to the Black Manosphere Conclave 5.0!
We got started in 2021 in Atlanta, united in the pursuit of excellence in all things. It's been one hell of a ride.
Can I tell you what's on my mind? Cause I've been thinking about it for quite some time. Hey, can you give me a moment to declare my love? Can I tell you what's on my mind?
We're now focusing more on opportunities for men, in particular passport bros. Guys who go abroad, they want to have a different lifestyle, they want to have a different achievement abroad. Oh yeah, there's without a doubt the narrative has changed for us greatly.
I just finished speaking and having a chance to tell individuals about how to live the American dream outside of America. And I was here to help so many men when it comes to understanding what they need to do in order to relocate.
With the political climate, things that are happening worldwide, guess what? Nobody's coming to save us. So it is indicative that we all bound together, tighten up like a fist, and strike a mighty blow against everything that's fighting to stop us, man.
It's nothing but good, positive people, good, positive energy with one goal in mind, and that is to make money, get the hell out the matrix, and enjoy your life. You dig? So shout out to all of y'all. Theme music!
Yo, what's going on, y'all? This your man Marcus A. Brown, and I'm here to tell y'all that I just got done with my first consultation with the brother Andre of Love Crossing Borders. I just wanted to give him his praises. I need y'all to do two things if you haven't already. If you haven't subscribed to his YouTube channel, Love Crossing Borders. Also, if you are going to Colombia, if you're thinking of going anywhere, traveling internationally, please consider booking a consultation with the OG Andre of Love Crossing Borders. You will not be disappointed. And y'all, get in tune with him if you haven't already. Tell him MAB sent you. Peace.
Where are all the black men? And I'm not talking about the scammers, the drug dealers, the robbers, and the crooks.
Well, actually...
I didn't hit the button yet. We are here with Andre and Andre's Love Crossing Borders. Shout out to all you guys here. We have a great show because we have a great, we are honored every time this brother comes on the show, whether he realizes it or not. And that is our brother Theo Wolf, because we're going to be talking about the Black Manosphere Conclave in Las Vegas 6.0. Yes, the years are flying by and men are advancing, especially all you men that travel and all you guys that have gotten off into tech for the first time, all you guys that have testimonies of the life that you've acquired due to the Manosphere Conclave, as well as Theo Wolf's classes and courses that you've been taking. We're going to talk about those things, as well as some of the things that Theo and Chewbacca and his sidekick have personally coming down the turnpike when it comes to lifestyle for themselves. So we're going to be talking about that tonight. We're not going to do a long, drawn out shout out. I'll give a shout out to the first couple of guys that are here. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. We have been finally receiving cash apps and Zales from you guys. We appreciate that. But I'm going to turn this music down just a little bit more as I give a shout out to the first 5 gentlemen that were here, because I have my guests here already. And we want to get started with this because this is very important. Yes, a lot of guys were wondering, is there going to be a conclave? Is there not going to be a Black Manosphere Conclave? Well, it's still on, and it is still in Las Vegas. We're going to talk about the dates. We're going to talk about the hotel. We're going to talk about the ticket prices, all those things, along with our brother Theo Wolf. So I'm excited. And we're going to be talking about the conclave off and on throughout the whole week. So be prepared that this is a Black Manosphere Conclave week, among other topics that we're going to be talking about. Shout out to all you guys that are here. And like I said, I'll give a shout out to at least the first 5 guys that have been here waiting, such as 313, them Detroit boys.
You better back the fuck up out my face, goddammit. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Don't play with me.
Don't play with them Detroit boys. You know how we get. Blessings to you and Andre. A blessing to you, Dre, and family. Happy Tuesday to all here. Let's lead with peace. Absolutely correct. All of our Love Crossing Borders family. Yes, sir. And salute to you, brother, as well, my brother Ronan Trouters, and all you guys out there in Southeast Asia enjoying this wonderful morning, this beautiful day. Salute to you. He say, Dre, good morning from the Philippines, drinking my coffee and listening in on the interview with our brother Theo Wolf. Yes, sir. And Ronan, I'm going to get with you on the WhatsApp, because if you're not doing anything Thursday night this time here, going into Friday your time, which would be Friday morning for you, let me know, because I still want to do that video of what you and I have been planning regarding relationships in the Philippines. And so that video that we have that of the young lady that we want, that was being she wasn't being interviewed, but she was giving her take of relationships in the Philippines. I still want to do that. So if you're free going into Friday morning your time and going into Thursday night this time over here, let me know, and I'll we can get everything set up. I really like to do that one with you. Shout out to brother Isaiah in the building. Salute to you as well, brother. Glad to see that you're here. And of course, last but not least, our brother Theo Wolf. He says, I'm in here now, and I see Theo in the background. So what we're going to do now, even though we only got 21 in the building, I know a lot more guys are going to be coming. I am going to go over to where Theo is right now, and we're going to bring him up. Let me change this music real quick. And shout out to all you guys I didn't get a chance to get a shout out to, but this is a very important topic, importante, that we want to discuss with Theo tonight. And once again, for some of you guys that haven't made the Black Manosphere Conclave, I recommend that you make the trip. Going to Vegas is wonderful, like it was Miami, and it was in Atlanta, it was in Philly, and all the Houston, and all the other places it's been. But the meeting of the men, the meeting of the minds, to actually meet Theo, to meet Shannon, to meet Obsidian, to meet me, and to meet you guys, it's a life-changing experience, to where you know that there are like-minded brothers in the United States that have the same type of goals that you have. So going to the Black Manosphere Conclave gives you that opportunity to meet up with very many like-minded folks. Let me give a shout out right now to my brother Alexis, man. Alexis, let me know how things are going with you, man. I'm taking it one day at a time, and I know you are too, brother. I know you are too. Shout out to you, brother, with the $5 love. And let me get ready to bring our guest up on screen. He needs no introduction. He's the professor, the guru, the guy that has helped out so many of us men when it comes to understanding cloud engineering, opportunities in tech for Black men. Some of us have fallen by the wayside, but that's the beauty of it. When you're in the J curve, you know how to get back up and continue on with the battle, just like your boy is doing. So shout out to all you guys that are here with our friend, mentor, guide, guru, if you will, our brother Theo Wolf.
How you doing?
Wait a minute, how you doing? You look like you losing some weight, bruh.
Yeah, therapy worked. So I've been getting somatic rest properly. and I've been actually sleeping 6 to 8 hours a night. And then we decided to change some things up with my protein. So instead of getting protein from food, I decided to do protein from protein shakes.
Right.
And I did Isopure instead. And basically I dropped like 50 pounds.
I can tell. For a second, I'll say, is that AI for a second? Is Theo doing the AI interviews already?
No, I'm not even dieting, to be honest. It's just me sleeping and feeling better. And that's it. So I eat one meal a day. It's usually, I eat a lot of carbs now. So it's 160 grams just from the protein shake. And then I have like some meat afterwards and a lot of rice, which is like Japan. That's what I normally eat in Japan. And then I feel pretty satiated with that. I have a lot of energy. So I went off the keto, which is high fat, and that just did not do me well. But it knocked out the pre-diabetes. It knocked that out straight out.
Yeah.
Well, feeling pretty good, actually. Clothes fit a lot better. So getting pretty happy about going to Japan, to be honest.
All right. Do you want to start off with that, or do you want to talk about that down the line?
I'm just, we could talk about down the line, but yeah, it is a big topic. So we could do Conclave first. Might as well.
All right.
You set that up well, so let's go ahead and talk Conclave.
All right. Let me play a little video montage real quick as we are. Part of it is you speaking, and the rest of the audio is off, so it'll just be video, so we'll be able to speak over it. But let me play this montage. Let me bring this up on stage real quick for us. And of course, for those that don't know, let me bring that back. For the Black Manosphere Conclave last year, we were in Miami and having a great time there. You know, just beautiful. You can't go wrong with the beauty in Miami at all. And the great views that we have from the hotel rooms. A lot of guys don't realize
My name is Theo Waff. I'm one of the members of the Black Manosphere. I created this class and this system in order to help Black men enter into cloud. As far as I'm concerned, there was no reason for Black men to not be working cloud. And I was sick and tired of Black men in particular doing low-level IT work and not excelling in cloud as they should. So I created this system, this class, everything, in order to help them retain the jobs that they should be working. So there's a lot of points here that I want to be able to say the truth about, not to be on YouTube. I don't want that to be essentially associated with me, and that I want other people to talk freely. So it's better to get a conclave going, actually talk face to face. In this group, we're working with a lot of guys who have the same kind of mentality, which is they see a vision, they have a point they want to attain, and they're willing to accept failure and work with other people to attain it. So as long as they're able to do that, we're good. So I'm glad these guys came out here. I'm glad I have the help that I do, and I'm glad I'm able to help raise up a community of Black men. That's it. One of the biggest critics that I had when I started this process, he was saying that you can do all of this online. You don't need to have a conclave. You don't need to have anything. All you need to do is follow the instructions. And I said, yeah, that's actually correct. You can just follow the instructions. But it's amazing how many people are successful if they work together in a group or they have a mentor doing it. Then they go much further. Why not do the group and get the results? Let's actually do it that way. He was so ticked off. Oh, I can do it this way and that way. That guy is still making under $100,000 a year. I have over 50 guys who are making at least an additional $100,000 a year each. So the differences are vast. I got a guy making $550. I got another making $500. I got two guys just over $400,000. These guys keep on making the money. Why? Because they followed the process. They're engaged in group work. They followed a mentor. They got mentoring, and then they were able to blossom and grow. Plus, they didn't have anyone opposing them. Nobody was saying, you're a black guy, you can't do shit, you're worthless or anything like that. Plus, in my group, you can't use the N-word. You can't use FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, nothing. You have to be supportive of each other, and you have to embrace failure and also embrace successes. And this gets the group functional and working. A lot of guys don't do that. It's all it is get people together and then shit on black men in particular. And I don't do that. Guys who are flexible, they have a goal, but they lack ego. They can say, I'm wrong. Like, can you help me? They're about achieving a goal. Those guys do very, very, very well. If you're resistant to change, you only want to do one thing in one way, yeah, you're not going to make it. It's not going to work. Also, if you can't ask for help, the island guys, no, man. There's guys who want to work on an island without a group. Yeah. And I say to them, man, it's not going to work. It's just not going to work. So I pull them in and say, you stop that shit. Go work with other people. So I was doing that today. I saw people working by themselves. Like, get over there. What is your problem? Like, you need to be with other people. This is why you're here. You're not by yourself, right? It's okay to work with others. When you don't work with other people, you just suffer.
All right. So the rest of it is just this visual, and you and I can actually just talk over it. This visual video. But as you were saying, Theo, you know, because this was last year and so forth, and photos and so forth from last year. But what I wanted to do, my bad. What I want to do is just let guys see some of the things that take place in the networking of the conclave. And there's shout out to El Guapo right there. And all the guys that came together. My boy, brother with the hat, Rob, who's been down to Cali several times. And quite a few of you guys have been down here. Shout out to this group of gentlemen that reached out to me after we went through the earthquake. You guys have reached out to us and just have kept us encouraged. So Theo with his gold chain. You know, shout out to Shannon. And Uriah. Uriah's down here right now in Cali, just helping guys out and keeping individuals encouraged as well. So shout out to Uriah being in the building. And I'm not going to tell who that is because a lot of people don't know who it is. I'm going to keep it quiet. But I know. And shout out to Richie Mack, Mr. Zoom to Thailand himself. And all you guys that make it down here to the conclave. All you guys, Dennis Berlin, and shout out to Obsidian as well. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of networking that takes place during this time period that guys don't realize. Anything that you want to say while the video just kind of like rolling?
I like these photos. These are good memories, to be honest. I'm glad that I was able to help make this, to be honest. Yeah. I see a lot of guys, what I'm looking at is, yeah, this guy has a job. This guy has a job now. This guy's working. His life has changed. This guy was utterly broke before. Now he has no debt. That's the way I'm analyzing it. Like this guy is successful. This guy, another guy, his child support is totally gone. He left the country. Right. I can see this like these stories through the photos. So it's good. It's kind of hard for me to believe that this was created. To be honest, it's kind of special.
Yeah, it is. It is to sit back and see year after year how guys have come together and we've been for each other, and you know, it's just amazing. You're absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. And you know,
I miss these guys. I miss them.
Yeah. And I probably the part that gets me when I look at it is how many of the graduates that I've actually met down here now. It's one thing to see the guys on the screen. Or I've met so many guys that are in the class or guys that have already graduated down here in Colombia since the conclave. That has been so encouraging. I mean, there are guys that have been down here at least, like my man Rob, one of the guys that was in the beginning of the video. He's been here at least 4 or 5 times to Cali. He actually was in the other part of Colombia as well for quite a while. He's been to Brazil. I mean, all these guys since the conclave are now heavily into travel as well as into tech. And that's a great thing to see now that I'm looking back at the video. I'm seeing all these faces of guys. This is us on a boat, of course, last year. You know, Richie always keeping the energy going. And it was cool to hang out with Richie in Medellin for a day or two. I was ready to go home for a day or two. Richie said, we're supposed to hang out for like a week. I was like, yeah, man, I just booked a flight, 6 a.m. I just booked a 6 a.m.
Yeah, you don't make it long in the States, but with your story, I don't blame you. And like when I was in Japan, those 12 and a half years, I was only in America 6 weeks total. And
wow,
I came. What is it? I liked being in my university, but outside of, I came back. I liked being at Champaign-Urbana, but outside of Champaign-Urbana, I was like, no, I'm ready to go home. I'm just getting on the airplane. I'm going to go. I had no real affinity or desire to be in the States, so I get it. Yeah, I get your emotion. Yeah, I understand it. Yeah, so that's fine. It's you have your wife back home. I remember Yukiko. I had Yukiko back in Japan. I was like, I want to go back to Yukiko. Right, so that's how things worked with me. But those were really some really good memories, actually. Really good people. I'm glad that I got to meet so many. And for me, it just, the lives changed. I'm glad that so many people's lives were changed. I think that's the big point.
The big plus. Oh, definitely. And as we look at the Conclave's website, so I'm going to drop the link for this, guys, for all you guys that this is the updated information on the event. So I'm going to drop this right here for all you guys that are like, okay, we're looking at these videos, but so here's what we're looking at right now. Just drop the link. So we're talking about the conclave itself and the dates, of course, which will be Friday, starting Friday, 8 a.m. on the 11th and to 5 p.m., which is going to be great with a bunch of speakers. I'll be speaking on Saturday, which will be 3 p.m. to 11. I'll be speaking within that hour. Oh, it's going to be 11 p.m. So you guys probably have an event set up. And also Sunday, which is dedicated to everything that Theo wants for us to do as far as introducing guys to cloud and networking and everybody working together. So when Theo says it is not about being an island, he is 100% correct. It is not about being an island.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying, I have what I call orbiters. So I have guys who aren't in the class. I have over 10 guys like this. Guys who aren't in the class, but they're reading parts of my repo. And they're saying that they're doing like homework or assignments based upon the repo. And I'm like, that's only part of it. And you really can't understand what I'm doing unless you're in the class, and then you need to be working with other people. So what are you doing, bro? And I just look at people, I'm like, do you have a job? Like, do you have a job in cloud? No. I've never seen one of these guys get a six-figure cloud job. What it always is that like they may work like a help desk job or something like that, but they never attain like $120,000 to $150,000 base cloud job. Never. And so I got these orbiters around me, and I keep on telling them, stop being islands. Connect into the class, connect into other people, and actually work together. They don't want to. So I'm like, I'm going to Japan, bro. So now you got to figure that one out.
Yeah. That's a good point, Theo. The countdown is here. You know, it's easy to have taken you for granted because Theo's going to always be in the States, blah 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 blah. And many of us who are in the class knew a countdown was coming anyway. I'll tell you for me what the benefits are of being in the class. Being in the class with a group of guys, even when you feel like quitting and you're not doing your best, you still get back up and try again. It's just something about being and working with guys that are encouraging and seeing other guys get that cert or taking that course or whatever it is, or advancing or getting that job. It keeps you motivated, even though you feel like you're not doing your best, or life is getting at you. You still don't give up. Compared to when you're by yourself, it's easy to give up because there's no one to hold you accountable. What I love about the class, it holds you accountable whether you want to, whether you notice it initially or not. So one of the things that keeps me going and going, even though I'm like, I'm behind, but I still don't give up, because the network keeps me feeling like if my brothers didn't give up, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep on trying and keep on going until they haven't given up on themselves. They haven't given up on me. I'm not giving up on them. We're not giving up on each other. And so that the number two thing I love is probably the last half an hour to 40 minutes of the class, when you guys talk about everything from resumes, the LinkedIn, somebody just got hired, how'd your interviews go, how many interviews you do, what was your first day of work like? You know, it's so cool to talk to the guys that already got hired, and to celebrate, first of all, to celebrate that they got hired and they come from truck driving or construction or whatever it may be, and now they're making 6 figures. And to ask them about, okay, what was your first day of work? Was it like? Do you still need to take any other certificate? To be in class with these guys that are hired in a normal collegiate atmosphere, the seniors graduate and move on, and the juniors never get a chance to hear about the seniors who got hired. You never get a chance, unless you were friends with them or something. You never got a chance to hear about the seniors with their first job interviews, or when they ask for a raise, or in anything. You just see the graduating class move on, and they just move on with life. But here in this atmosphere, the number two thing that helps me keep going is the guys that come back after they've gotten hired. They don't quit their classes, even though they got a job. Most guys stay in class because they know that you and your team has shown us this is just the beginning, bruh. Don't think because you got hired that this is the end. This is just welcome to the party. And from talking to your other graduates that I've personally met here in Cali, those guys talk about getting certs as much as us who are in class. So even though you're hired, don't think that the cert life or getting education is over. You're still, these guys have been guys that graduated with the Atlanta class. And these guys are still talking to me about, oh, I'm getting a certification of this. Oh yeah, my boss wants to get a certain that. I'm going to get a certain this. And these guys are talking about certifications in education and in advancement just as much as we talk about in class. This is why Theo is saying that it's very important that you network and continue to be encouraged as a group. You cannot do this as an island. And lastly, Theo, because I know you got a lot on your mind based on what I was saying, you can't do the jobs by yourself. Theo is getting us in the habit of not only studying together, because you're going to work. See, in a regular job, you come in, you sit down in your cubicle, you do your part, and you move on and you go home. Well, in this scenario, you might be working with somebody on this part of the world on a project, that part of the world, this part of the state, that part of the state. So you and your team who you're working with on that particular project might not even be in the same state. And so you got to be able to work with different people. But if you didn't learn that while doing Theo's course, and you're this island guy, you're going to be lost when you get hired, because you won't do projects alone in the real world. Once you're hired, it's going to always be a group thing. Always, always, always. In tech is a group thing. Kind of like you came on an Enterprise with Captain Kirk, and everybody on the ship has something to do. And
I think that's pretty correct. And people are going into the Enterprise thinking that they're going to sit down on the command bridge and they don't need anybody to be in the command center.
Like, well, what's he gonna do? Like, steer the ship and fire the photon torpedoes by himself? Like,
Right.
come on, man, you got to have other people doing that. So, like, here, I live here in Austin. I don't work here in Austin. I don't do anything with anybody here in Austin except for exercise and buy food. That's it. All the people I mainly work with, they're all on the East Coast. That's why I have to work East Coast time. I don't work with anybody on Central time or even Pacific. It's all East Coast. So, I mean, I'd work with people internationally as well, different countries. So it's always thinking about how to collab. And when I have students who just want to work by themselves, I'm like, you don't understand what this environment is you're going into. You're always working with somebody else. And if you're going to work by yourself, this is not going to work. To be honest, if they're going to work by themselves, somebody's going to use agentic AI to remove their job.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Just the way it is. They're just going to use agentic AI. Figure it out. Figure out their workflow. Done. Out. Their job is gone. That's what I would do. I would just go straight. If I were designing it in there, I just figure out people's tasks. This guy is isolated. He just does certain tasks. Oh, I can just figure out that workflow in agentic AI. Boom, gone. Just get rid of them. I did that to a few programmers, level 1 analysts, security analysts as well. So I just use agents for you. Get rid of you. Basically, the big thing with the conclave, the way I set it up was that you get to meet people and talk to people and actually know them, right? Actually laugh with them and enjoy what they're doing, actually see who they are. And then I set a certain standard. You all have to be suited and booted. You guys all have to know each other and be respectful. No N-word in there at all. Some people still use it. I'm like, I'll kill you if you don't. If you do it around me, I'll go after you, right? But the whole point is to have mutual respect, and it's only us together as a group. Now, in the class, you're carrying that forward. You're carrying that idea that, you respect each other. Like, the way the liberals have it out there, basically, if you're a man, you're a second-class citizen. That doesn't work in my class whatsoever.
Correct.
You are respected for who you are, and I expect you to be working on that level as well. So you're not a second-class citizen in my class. You are the target demographic. So you're supposed to be there. You're supposed to be doing that kind of work. You're supposed to be in there doing group work. So you have full respect. And I always say to students, the way you respect yourself and respect, your family is by going in and doing a solid work inside a class. You solid participation. If you're doing that, you're going to get far. But if you don't, you're going to have some issues because that's not the way the office works. You're not going to get paid. You're not going to get employed. I do like the ending of the class where we sit there and talk about our work, speech ops, resume ops.
Yeah.
People can talk about what's actually going on. I think that's a really big debug. And there are students now who are doing AI platform engineering.
Wow.
Like myself. And for us to be able to come into the class and say, this is what we're doing, like this is the projects we're doing, this is how, this is the code we're deploying, this is the problems we're having, that really serves as a wayfinder. It's like a beacon of light for other students so they understand what's going to come down the pipeline. And I always get on students who get jobs but they don't go back into the class and say what's happening. And I tell them that they're a beacon of light underneath a rock. Like, why are you doing this? Like, your brother needs to know that you got the job because your brother is struggling. So if you don't say it, their brother's going to probably turn around and say that he can't get it because he's black and he doesn't have experience. But you're black and you don't have experience and you got the job, so you need to go tell him that you got the job. Right? And when they don't do that, I want to strangle them. And just straight out, I'm like, why are you doing this? Stop thinking about yourself and think about your brother. Your brother needs to hear this information. Because if I just wanted to do this, I would never have done this program. And I'd be sitting making all this money and, the conclave never would have happened. We've had a lot of guys who never would have gone in cloud. They just be in CompTIA forever. So, that's not the way we want it.
If that, just think about how many truck drivers that have gone into tech who would have never imagined. I know, I know you've had guys that have come into the class and given their story after being hired that had never even turned on the computer. I remember the one guy was in the middle of separating from his girlfriend, who was a truck driver, and he had never turned on a computer before your classes. And in the end, he did what was needed to be done. He followed the blueprint that you and the rest of the team laid down. And I'm trying to think of the travel agency that he got hired with, the online agency. It wasn't.
I forgot which one it was. Yeah, but he's done a few jobs.
It's kind of like Booking.com, but it wasn't Booking.com. It was in that same vein.
Yeah,
It was in the same vein of travel online website, and he got into cloud work, something like that. But very like oh man, I'm trying to remember because there's like 4 main ones, and I'm trying to remember their names. But it was like in the same fame of Booking.com, and I'm like, wow, he works for them as a guy that was just driving a truck last year. And so for him to tell his story and his testimony, it does encourage the rest of us to keep going. Don't give up. Doesn't matter how much time is going by. Just do not give up on yourself, because Theo's team does not give up on you. And since you guys don't give up on us, it helps out a lot.
Yeah, I don't give up on the students. What I do is, if you give up on yourself, the door is open, but there's nothing I can do.
Right.
And the students who give up on themselves are the ones who stop participating, stop asking questions, and are really silent. If you're silent, you're not doing homework.
True.
Even on the company, if you don't say anything in the company when you're working, and you don't even respond to emails, you're not on chat, you're not on meetings, you're gone.
Yeah,
it's just the way it is. They'll figure that out, and it's called quiet quitting. And as far as I'm concerned, if you're not really participating in the class, I'm like, hey, look, what can I do? But I always say, read, do the homework, do the assignments, come to class ready, and we'll make it. We're hitting, though. I gotta say this real quick. I know there's people in here. I'm looking at the chat to some degree. After the Miami Conclave, like, we had Class 7, and Class 7 is still going. So Class 7 is 2 years long. Well, I'm starting this class. The next one is Class 8, which is SEER Foundations.
Right.
We're in the middle of what I consider to be a AI shockwave, and I've never had such a disruptor or a change in how I work as AI. This is straight out the largest change I've ever had or ever experienced. And I'm teaching this. There's a new way of doing process flow inside cloud computing now, based upon AI. And now it's even more imperative that the students actually participate, because if you're not working together, you're not really thinking about how to understand processes, you're going to be overwhelmed by an AI tsunami. And this is coming right now. So as I say in the class, I've gone over the top of the AI tsunami. I'm on the other side. I'm on the safe side.
Right.
And I know several guys in the class who are actually safe as well. A lot of people aren't. I mean, when I say this, I'm talking millions of people are going to be hit by this AI tsunami. So it's really necessary to understand how to integrate AI into your work and what it means, what you're doing. And if you're not, boy, it's going to be a cold winter.
Do you want to go to that Siri GitHub you sent me?
Well, you can go through that. Yeah, you can actually read through it if you want to. That's fine.
Let's pull this up on screen. Screen share this, and let me pull us to the side.
Yeah.
Okay. Whenever you're ready, I can enlarge it, of course.
Okay. So yeah, the first point is this isn't a class just about
memorizing AWS or cloud computing. This is by far more than that. You're thinking about how systems integrate with each other. And if you're just thinking about like this one thing after another, it's no. Or like, I just need to know this and I can forget about it. No. They all piece together. You need to know how small pieces integrate into a larger picture. And this is why, like, in this one, it's going to be even more important for people to really be paying attention. For example, and again, like I have on there again, application server, network, logs, metrics, troubleshooting, AI analysis, engineering decision. That AI analysis is now very key. And I introduced that in class 7 in their Armageddon project. And, you know, so many students were asking for AI, and I actually gave a project with AI. And then they were asking if they could avoid that project. And I'm looking at them and I'm like, yeah, you don't want this job, do you? Like, you're not really serious, are you? Because I gave you the instructions, I gave you the code, I gave you the Terraform. It's all there. And now you have to implement it. And I gave you Python code so that you can check it. And then you decided not to do that. And other classes, I made them do that all on their own. I didn't give them any help. And I'm actually giving this to you and you can't implement it, you're dead. Like, this isn't going to work. You're going to have a very hard time. I don't think you're really into AI. So now AI is a center piece of the class. It's like a requirement. You have to do it. This is really to future-proof you so that you don't become obsolete in the next 5 to 10 years. So students actually build things. This is a hands-on course. Students work with technologies including AWS, Linux, Python, networking APIs, Amazon Bedrock, GenAI, Fast API, Docker, ECS, EKS, CloudWatch, automation, security, observability. I would actually add on to their agentic AI, and that's what we're going to be doing with this pedantic. So that's all going to be a part of this. And then there will be some IEM from Azure, and then some other stuff with GCP, with VPNs. So I make them do this. So it's going to be quite a lot. This is going to be the cool part. Okay, so this is the first time I'm talking about it. You get the exclusive on this right now. I'm sure you're happy about this, Andre.
Yes, I am.
So students build their own AI engineering platform. Okay,
oh.
And this is going to be called Ballerica AI. And so basically, you're going to have your own AI, which is going to be working inside of a monolith server, a monolith application. And then you're going to be working with actually troubleshooting, incident response, and helping other engineers actually diagnose various problems that they're having with their applications. And Ballerica AI is going to be in there, and it's going to help you actually do this. Now it's going to serve as a model. So I'm giving the students the code that they need in order to create Ballerica AI. But it's giving them this framework and saying, hey, if you can do this with just like 9 or 10 agents running inside of your server, you could modify this for yourself and go to the company and do your own code. So this means for your future, you can help other companies to actually implement AI locally and do agentic AI locally and get proper help that they need, proper troubleshooting, and also security metrics. Students don't understand how valuable this is. The students who are currently in class or employed, they see what this is, they're gasping. They're like, this is incredibly important. But the new students usually don't understand to what degree this is really ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
So if you get this and you're actually able to deploy Ballerica AI correctly, you are going to be what I consider to be an AI-enabled engineer, and you're going to be able to extend AI into various platforms and actually engineer it, architect it. The amount of value that's going to be for you is huge, such that like $160,000 a year will be considered a low or a poor wage. you should be making 180, 200,000, 220,000, somewhere around there. So this is something that is going to be very valuable, and the students are going to have to pay attention how it's done. We're going to be teaching them how it's done. And I think we're going to get some people who make some real money based upon this. Also, if you can do this, the likelihood of you going into the office is very low. These engineers who can do this are very rare, and it's almost always remote work. So you're in a good place. You can be in Cali, help clean things up down there.
Yeah.
Hope you're okay. I saw your podcast last night, so
appreciate it.
Glad you're okay. But you can actually do amazing work with this system.
All right. Let me click on this. All right, let's go back to the screen real quick.
Yeah. So Bellerica AI, we're talking about, for example, here, checking system health, telemetry, analyze logs, investigate cloud costs. All right, there's a whole slew here. What I'm actually going to be doing, you want the real pickup, you want the real cool thing I haven't told anything about. You're a Gen Xer like me. You ever heard of something called? You ever heard something called COBOL?
Say that again.
You've heard about COBOL. COBOL.
Yeah, COBOL. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm going to be doing is showing a legacy application running COBOL.
Wow.
And then how do you implement AI or Bellerica AI in order to troubleshoot COBOL? The amount of value add on there is going to be insane, because there are companies who really need this, and the fact that you can actually talk about this competently is cuckoo. So I've already done the testing for it. I've actually developed the agents for it. They work. They're also going to be working with Swift. So Swift is the main application. Swift API is used almost with all credit card applications. So basically, what happens if you use your credit card or debit card, it goes through Swift, and then for almost 50% of all bank transactions, it goes after that from Swift into COBOL. So I have agents with troubleshoot COBOL and Swift simultaneously. So basically what the class is going to be in 1 year is how do you implement AI platform engineering to troubleshoot these things. But then later on, after 1 year, it's going to be how do you separate these services into microservices and Kubernetes, and then have Bellerica AI working in all of these pods in order to do various task workflows. Again, super value, security, all kinds of things like that. Super value. And that's going to lead the students for the future, which will be COBOL classes, which I'll be teaching in the future, actually how to do a full-fledged migration. So I'm setting the students up for long-term success.
Okay. Shout out to Almighty in the building. He says, went from 6 figures in FPA or FP plus A to 6 figures in tech. Even people are already making money are in the class. Absolutely correct. That's what I like about that, about being in Theo's classes. Got a senior accountant in my group, 2 SWE, future-proofing their careers. That's a good idea. A lot of guys don't realize that.
Mm-hmm.
You say the process works. So shout out to you with the $10 love.
The future-proof.
Yeah,
I am thinking extensively about how to future-proof. I've had to do that again for the last 2.5 years to 3 years with this AI. It's all about how do I future-proof? How do I future-proof this one? Like, I don't want to go through this again.
Right.
I went through enough hell. Okay, I don't want to go through this. Right? So I want to make sure I can have a job for the next 20 years, okay? I like making all this money. It's really great. All right, so you can go down to number 4.
All right.
Okay, so the big thing is AI doesn't replace the engineer. There's an important difference. This course does not teach ask AI everything and copy whatever it says. Instead, it works on collecting evidence, analyze, use AI, evaluate the answer, make an engineering decision, verify. The big thing is that there's a process. Again, I want people to understand this who are listening to this. There is a process, and AI helps with the process, but the engineer is entirely necessary. You have to guide the process along. AI doesn't know where you're going. You have to tell AI where you're going. If you don't understand where you're going, that's where you're going to be exposed. And I teach you in the class how to discern or define where you're going, or to figure it out in the class, or to figure out on the job. But that's a big part. You have to define where you're going, or define how you're going to use AI. Now, a lot of people say, I don't know. Of course you don't know, because you're not in the office yet. You have to ask people and have meetings to define where you're going. Okay? It's like, if we tell you about relationships, you got to say, you have to remember your girlfriend's birthday. Well, I don't know my girlfriend's birthday. Of course not. You don't have a girlfriend yet. So how would you know her birthday? So you have to have relationships, find somebody, meet someone, and then get into a relationship and actually ask her what her birthday is. You have to inquire about that knowledge, the point, and then change your behavior accordingly. The same thing inside the office. You have to figure out what they need and then translate that into AI workflows and then implement that with AI platform engineering. If you do that, you're going to be fine. But if you don't talk with people and you sit there and just quiet, well, HR will give you a same-day notice and say goodbye to you. Nobody needs you. Right? Yeah. That's the way it is.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah. If you see, I'm being by far more brutal this year than I was previously. I was brutal before, but now I'm really being brutal. And that's because people who don't make this change, they're going to lose their jobs. This is coming. Like, you thought Kevin Samuels' winter is coming as bad. This AI wave is, oh my goodness. You have no idea how bad this thing is going to be. People do not understand it. This is going to be one of the biggest job destroyers ever. And it's going to be mainly because people are unwilling to change and actually implement AI. So AI is going to come and change them. Right?
That is an excellent way of putting it.
Yep. All right, let's go to the next one. So students start with real foundations, number 5. So these foundations are what I normally taught in the class before.
True.
Some Python, AWS services, networking VPCs, load balancers, CloudWatch, CloudTrail, all these kinds of like really big services that are used, databases, Cognito, things like this, EKS, ECS. These are traditional services which companies need right now. That's without a doubt true. They actually need them. But it's with the real twist that I do is, okay, we're going to do these. Now let's put some API in there. Let's put some AI in there. Let's put a little twist on it. You know, little lemon twist. You know, I'm gonna dopamine you in a different way. How about that?
There you go.
How you like that?
There we
go. Put some clod in. Go put some clod in your drink. How you like that?
Boom.
All right. So, how's the easy way to explain it? They don't skip the fundamentals just because AI exists. I want to say this one point because that's a great thing.
Say that again, because that's a great point. You just don't forget your thought that you're about to have. But I want you to bring that back, because a lot of guys think that AI is going to allow them to skip the fundamentals.
Okay. AI has no idea what you want unless you describe it. And that means you need to understand the fundamentals. And if you don't, and if you're not able to talk about the fundamentals, AI has no clue what you want to do. It's the same way if you're with a woman and she says, I feel a certain way, or this is how she is this day. You're pretty much sitting there clueless because she's not describing what's going on. And so you don't know, because it could be anything, or she could really change things up. You don't know what's going on. So you're just kind of like, well, what do I do? You're kind of, you can say some things, but for the most part, you don't know where it's going. AI is the same way with you. If you don't define what you want, the requirements, the restrictions, what you're anticipating, the environment, if you don't describe all of that to AI, it's going to look at you funny and say, I don't know what you want, human. So I'll give you some things, but I don't know what you're talking about. So one of the things I'm going to talk about when I'm actually on the conclave is the it question. A lot of students, they talk about it. I don't want to do it. I got it. What about it? And I ask them, what is it?
Right.
What are you saying? What is it? Define it. And AI is the same way. It's looking at you like, you human, what are you saying? I don't know what it is. Describe it to me. What are you saying? So the point is, I'm saying that people are listening. The skills in reading and writing and describing what you want and brainstorming and taking time to make a decision, weeks, months, that thought process is essential for AI. If you don't have it and you do what ChatGPT and I were talking about this yesterday, you think you're going to do what we call the great prompt. You're going to send in one prompt to AI, you're going to get everything you want. AI doesn't work that way. That's ridiculous fantasy. That's saying one word to a woman and suddenly, you're married, you have 3 children, you have 6 grandchildren, you've been married 30 years, you have all these memories. It doesn't work that way. No. It's a discussion. It's a discussion that you have long term. So you need to learn that skill set. And if you don't, you're going to have a hard time. Okay? So I really teach that inside the class. You got to have a discussion with AI, not just tell it what to do.
All right. Let's go here, and then we can head back.
Okay.
Yep.
So students can see how an application evolves. This is entirely correct. So what happens is in the class, we start with a basic traditional application, which is COBOL, Fast API, Swift, and some other front end. And we're going to be like, hey, well, how do you change that in a traditional environment? And then we move it over to containers, which is Docker. And then we move it from Docker over to Kubernetes. And then how do we assign different workflows? And then how do we put agentic AI throughout all of this, right? And for what purpose? What are we trying to attain? Guys, people, listen to me. This is absolutely crucial for you to future-proof your job, all right? Okay, I would say Claude, no AI, it's not becoming, no, don't become good at prompt engineering. That's one thing. You need to be good at chain of thought, which is chain of thought is a discussion with AI over months. You need to be good at that. And this is huge. This is massive. You have to be doing zillions of prompts over a long period of time with lots of descriptions and precise thinking. That's what you really want to do. Okay? So in the class, you're going to be thinking about how to do, like, again, database monitoring with an agent. Well, then how do you bring that over to Kubernetes? How do you put that into a pod? Do you need additional agents running? Do you need additional, like, frameworks? Do you need additional agents? Do you need more security? What else at Logic? What other business process flows do you need to actually support that environment? We're going to talk about that. And so at the end of the class, what you're going to have is a monolith application and Kubernetes, and you're going to be able to show how both work and how you can transfer from one to the other. Again, huge skill set, massive value to the market. People aren't teaching this. People aren't talking about this. They're talking about some things, but they're not talking about like I'm doing. I'm actually showing a process flow, like this is how it's done. Okay, here's some real world examples. Now, I've been using class 7 as my guinea pig for this, and also the AI class. And they have been suffering through my labs, labs are massive and destructive, destroys the soul.
Right.
But they've gone through it, and they know what they're doing. They could pretty much rattle and roll. They're doing okay. So the guys who survived Armageddon, they're like, yeah, they can actually pass an interview and get a job.
There we go. That's great to hear. Here we go. Let's continue on. Yep. And are we looking at number 7?
Okay, students even encounter legacy technology. So students may encounter a simple COBOL-based monolith application running on EC2. Why? Because engineers entering industry may have to support systems which existed long before they arrived. Students can observe it, troubleshoot it, monitor it, and eventually examine how an organization might modernize it. Easy way to explain, they're teaching students how to work with technology companies actually have, not the newest technology on YouTube. This is so true. So you might go into a company that's been using an application since the 60s, 70s, and 80s, and it's built on Lisp, COBOL, Fortran, Pascal. And it hasn't been updated. That's the way they're running. And that's how they're making their money. And they're making millions of dollars a year. There's lots of revenue, but that's how they're doing it. And now they're running into a problem because you know where most COBOL engineers exist right now? Do you have any cool idea where they're at?
I don't.
They're in the cemetery. They're dead.
Wow.
So most Fortran engineers are also dying off. Okay, same for Pascal. Have a few more years ago that they'll start passing away. So you have to deal with this. Like, how do you go in there and deal with it? How would you do a merge? How would you do a migration to the cloud? Well, this and with AI. Well, this is starting to answer some of the basic questions about how you would do that. This is like legacy applications, which companies desperately value, and they're really skittish about moving it. This is what we're going to be focusing on first, directly in real life. All right.
Right. This is extremely informative.
Yeah.
Okay, numero 8.
I'm not doing like, you know how I do normally in the class. I do a front end, and you can put photos in there and have fun with it. And talk about Keisha or Maria or something like that. Yeah, right. That's gone.
Okay.
Now it's like, my application doesn't work. How do I connect to Baldric AI and get some help on here? Yeah, that's it. All right, so this is T-Mac. It says, I started off programming Fortran on VAX workstations. You could not make mistakes or you had to start over. Correct. Yeah, that's very correct. So let's say the company has that. That's still running that. How do you put it to the cloud? How do you use AI with that? Well, this is what we're talking about here. This is how we actually start working in that environment. All right. Let's go to the GitHub. It says troubleshooting is part of the course. Things are expected to break. A student might encounter application doesn't start, API isn't working, permissions, firewall rules are screwed up, IAM is messed up, the routing tables are gone. There's an application that's supposed to be working, but somehow it's not working anymore. A dependency is gone, a binary is gone, code is gone, databases have been corrupted. Okay, so if that's working in your environment, how do you troubleshoot it? Like, how do you deal with it? How do you actually, basically, how do you implement AI in that environment so that it can actually help you to understand the problems? This question will give you a starting of a framework of how to do that. So it's going to give live examples. What I'm going to be doing in the class is I'm going to be able to connect to your EC2, and then it's running your application, and then I'm going to inject wrong data into it.
Monster.
Yes, of course. Oh, I designed this. I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be great. So then I'm gonna be messing up your application. It's gonna be like giving you zeros and like like unavailability, and then you got to figure out how to solve it. Well, you have to go to Bellerica AI inside of your EC2 and actually ask questions. Right? You have to talk. You have to have a conversation. It can't just be like, "What's wrong?" It's gonna be like, "What are you talking about?" So you have to know how to actually input error messages, how to describe what the problem is, what you're actually seeing. You can't just go in there and say, I don't know. Kind of like you go into the doctor. You can't just go to the doctor and say, I feel bad. And then that's it. The doctor isn't going to know where. So like, well, what? What feels bad? Tell me more.
Right.
That's right, William. You have no idea what I'm setting up for this one. This is what's going to be bad. So most of the time, the students are allowed to be quiet. This time, no. I'm going to set it up so that if you're not working, your EC2 doesn't work. I'm just going to sit and inject wrong data in there. And then if you're not participating, you've got something that just doesn't work. Then you're sitting there looking, I don't know what to do. Yeah, you don't know what to do. Darn right. You have to talk about it. The same thing in the office. If the EC2, your COBOL, your legacy application starts messing up, you don't just sit there and do that by yourself. No, you have to go talk with a team of people to go figure out what's actually happening. So yeah, I'm messing with you guys this time. Yep, deals really doesn't work. You know what's going to happen? I'm going to have this control board so that I can insert unique errors to every single student. So you don't have the same error. So there's 50 students, you got 50 problems. That's right. It's going to be great. I'm going to enjoy it. So if you're deciding to be quiet, I'll be like,
enjoy it.
Oh, you decided to be quiet today, not say anything? Oh yeah, your EC2's messed up. Yeah, how's that feel? Oh, I can tell whether or not you fixed it or not too, because it'll tell me, it'll report back to me whether or not you did it. Oh, you don't feel like doing it? You're gonna redeploy it? Okay, cool. Redeploy it. Error message again. Here you go. Here's another error message. Here you go. I messed with you again. Huh? You thought you got away with it? Nah. Sorry. I got you again. Yeah, I'm gonna be messing with you guys. There you go. So the students learn cloud costs alongside technology. So one of the things we're going to have on here is actually what called FinOps. There's going to be an agent on there that actually talks about how much cost you have. All right, I'm going to tell you like every hour how much you're burning in terms of cash. It's kind of a useful thing to do. We haven't really focused on that before because I don't really care for the most part. But this time the FinOps issue is kind of an issue, particularly with AI. So you need to know about it. Next one, security is added as the system develops. This is very important. So basically, as we add more services to your EC2 and to your containers, or your, like again in class 7 right now with your serverless with Lambdas, I'm just going to add more agents and then add more security monitoring, security services, threat assessment, telemetry, things like that, compliance. WAFs, that's what we're doing right now in class 7. And be like, hey, I want you to work on this. I want you to work on this. I want you to expand your security monitoring. And so as you add more services, security increases along with it. This is crucial, all right? Because then you can show the companies that as they change over time, you can expand AI platform engineering to meet the new infrastructure's needs. That means you get more money, you're more valuable, they need you. There's very few companies doing this. There's very few engineers doing this. Yeah, you can go to Colombia for a while. Or I like Sao Paulo, Porto Alegre, down the south of Brazil. I like the Brazilians a little bit more. You can go to Indonesia for a while if you want to. Yeah, get a dark skin honey down there. Right? So you got some real options. So let's look at this real quick. Why should someone enroll? A student should consider SEER foundations if they want to understand how modern engineering technologies fit together. Okay, that's a big thing. You're not just understanding one thing. You're like, how do all these components work together? And then over time, we're going to expand this to more components. Now, it's only 1 year, so we can't do every single service in AWS. That's not the goal. We're talking about a lot of services together with agentic AI too in the mix. You get all that together over a 1 year period, you're going to be ready to work as an AI enabled engineer or an AI platform engineer or an AI cloud engineer. And you'll be just fine. 150,000, 160,000 is going to be a small salary for you. You could be worth much more, right? So who is this for? Seer Foundations may be useful for students interested in becoming cloud engineers, platform engineers, DevOps engineers, infrastructure engineers, site reliability engineers, that's SRE. Those people like to suffer. Cloud, I don't do SRE, just so you guys know. So I there's some suffering I like, but nah, man, I have limitations. Cloud and security engineers, AI platform engineers, systems engineers, okay? So I am also teaching a security class with this, going to be cloud security, and it's like the CISSP, except I'll be teaching AI security platform engineering in there. And that's going to be how you secure AI that's functioning within your cloud.
Right.
So, but that's a separate class that I'll be teaching from October onwards. And this big idea. If you remember one thing about Seer Foundations, remember this: students aren't being trained to memorize technology; they're being trained to understand systems. Okay, understanding a system. It's how this system works, how these components work together. That's what I want you guys to focus on: systems, how these things all together. Again, like think about you, Andre, and you're producing your show. You got to think about this application, that application, how this AI agent cuts up your shorts, right? Got to do a backup. You have to have certain prompts. You have your soundboard, right? But if you think about that all together, that's a system, right? It's all together. I'm teaching students the same thing with AI platform engineering within cloud. It's all these things together. Damn, sounds like my biomed labs. Yeah, just with cloud, that's all. Cloud's messing with you. Say,
and it's
hi,
kind of,
how you doing?
It's kind of funny that you would bring up the systems for content creators, because now you can't even be successful really in content creating without implementing AI. You just, I mean, for everything from Opus clips to creating your thumbnails. You know, you see my thumbnails have changed over the last 6 months because I'm using AI. And AI could be as realistic as you want it to be. You know, it's just so much that makes let's put it like this. If you are a content creator and you are not using AI for marketing, for product creation, for interview questions, for your titles, for your thumbnails, you are lagging behind. I mean, I mean, for your editing, everything is connected to AI in one way or another. So but that doesn't mean that you throw away the foundation of editing, the foundation of creating a viable YouTube channel or Instagram channel or TikTok. Is just that AI is there to assist you in the implementation of what you want to do, almost even help you out to streamline what you're doing, to whereas what it would take me 4 hours to do, I could with AI now, I could set up YouTube shorts and 15-minute videos in less than and cover the whole month and a half, the next month and a half, and it would take me no more than 3 hours to do that, to cover a whole month and a half of content. Compared to prior to AI, it would take me that month and a half. You know, I would do a video a day. That's how long it would take. But it's completely different now.
Well, let's think about me real quick in the class. The Swift and COBOL on the EC2. You guys know if you're in my class, I always tell you I don't do front end. There's certain things I just don't do inside the class. I don't touch it because I'm infrastructure. It took me 2 days to develop the application to actually run on the EC2. I don't do that. I used AI for it. The whole development process, but that was a conversation, because it was a huge conversation with AI. This was like many, many, many prompts. So I'd use ChatGPT, Claude Code, and Cursor together, 3 of them, in order to achieve that one thing. It took me 2 days. Just 2 days. That would have taken me well over a year before.
Wow.
Now, 2 days out. I'm making agents now. Like, I'm an agent factory. I make 3 or 4 agents per week at this point. Before, forget it. I don't think I would have made 1 agent in a month. 3 or 4 per week? Are you kidding me? I can't stop making them. I'm always thinking about different architectures, what to do over here. Like, I'm doing orchestration with agents. I'm going into Pedantic, which is actually creating different agents in a different way. It's actually amazing. I never did anything like that before. So it's a force multiplier. It's one thing I say to the class. One thing, you're going to have to become an AI enabled. And the other thing I tell the people, you don't have to know everything. Stop this idea that you have to know everything. You don't. I have students who think they have to know everything about something before they go to step 1.
Wow.
And I look at them and say, yeah, you don't want a job, do you? Yeah, why are you here? Because you can't possibly know everything. So just stop it.
And before you go any further with that, I want to piggyback off what Theo just said. When it comes to knowing everything before you get a job and before you get hired, I literally, like I said, it's not talking to guys online or in the WhatsApp group. I have literally been walking down the streets with Theo's graduates, quite a few of them. I've met at least 7 to 8 of Theo's graduates here, coming here to Cali, Colombia. Whether they're coming from the States, whether they're coming from the States and they were in Brazil, or whether they were in other parts of the world, coming from Thailand to Cali. And they all emphasize one thing: Andre, do not put the pressure on yourself that you're supposed to know everything. If anything, you're going to be doing a lot of research on things with your team. Yeah. He said they were telling me, like, man, you will spend so much time just researching one thing to go with your project. It may take you 2 days just to research that particular thing. So don't think that you're going to be going and get hired and you are this know all, end all, be all type of guy. That is not what it's all about. And each one of them said the exact same thing that you're saying.
Yeah, it's literally impossible. I mean, I'm doing agent development in Pedantic right now. Pedantic's a programming language. It's basically a form of Python.
Right.
I didn't even say the word Pedantic last year at this time. If you got me on a stream, I wouldn't have even known what Pedantic was. Now I'm programming it. I got agents in it, right? Do you think I know everything about Pedantic? No. There is no way I do not know it. The thing is that I can do the architecture, I can do partial of design, and then I can put it through checkers and have it checked by ChatGPT and Cursor, and it can improve upon what I'm doing and make sure there's no errors. That's what I need. And then while I'm doing it, I'm learning about it. And I got books and Udemy, so I'm learning about it as well. And I'm like, oh, I could do this. I never thought about this. I never thought about this. I have over 20 agents right now with just Pedantic. I showed this to another company. I showed them my repo. They freaked out. They're like, who are you? Like, nobody has this. Like, what are you doing? Like, this is rare. Like, I'm like, yeah, I'm just developing this. I always tell them, oh, my company, I'm doing this. I'm actually not. But I always say, like, yeah, I'm doing this in the company. And this is an example of what I'm actually developing. And they're like, nobody's doing this. No, we haven't seen this before. I'm like, well, here's my repo. You could develop it. You could take it if you want to. You could deploy it yourself. They're like, no, we don't even know how to deploy it. If we're going to deploy it, we're going to hire you.
Right.
I was like, okay, well, I like money. What's your rate? So
there you go.
Yeah, I hit it right. So one company is like, for some of my ideas, they're thinking about $90 an hour. Another one's $120 an hour. Just that's just to deploy an admin. That's really going to be fun. So I can't wait to do that professionally. But I actually got some. I was using Python for my other agents in the office, and in April I got my first production agentic AI deployed to Kubernetes, and I was so happy. I was like, "Oh my goodness, I actually did it! There it is! It's like I actually got something working." And I'm telling students that took me like 3 years to do. I didn't know everything about the agent, how it worked. I knew some parts. A lot of it I knew the architecture, and a lot of it I was just winging. And I was like, "Yeah, I think this will work. Let's find out." Okay. It went through and it worked. I was like, wow, okay, I'll figure it out later on. But it worked. And they were like, yeah, we want you to, they said, I'm going to be the number 2 AI engineer in the company. So
there we go. Congratulations.
Yep. So here it is, 5 points. Okay. Big thing. Big thing about this is, once you guys understand, it's hands-on. Okay. You're going to be doing hands-on a lot. If you're in the class, I'm big on hands-on. I'll tell people, I want to see what you're doing. If you're in the class and you're not doing hands-on, I kind of frown on you. And I'm like, why are you here? You could just be watching Udemy and failing and going someplace else. I really, if you're in the class, I need you doing it. It's 2 hours. I need you working. AI is integrated into engineering. Students build AI-assisted tools instead of simply learning how to prompt a chatbot. Okay? Chatbot is worthless. What I need you to do is build a deploy a pedantic-based agent that is performing tasks for you. And then I need you to work with me, or actually I tell you in the beginning, because you don't know what's going on in the beginning. That's fine. You're not supposed to know. That's why you're in my class. So there's a workflow, and I define what the workflow is, and I'm like, these are the agents that you need for the workflow. Now I need you to deploy in this manner. So here we go. This is how we're going to put it into AWS. All right. So you just have to follow that. Chatbots are useless. Basically, at this point, guys, if people are talking like, "Oh yeah, I want to build a chatbot," I'm like, "Yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. You need to do agentic AI. That's what it is." Next one, it teaches systems, not isolated products. Okay, this is how all the systems work together, especially with AI. How AI is being integrated into multiple areas in order to collaborate, in order to orchestrate and find a lot of information, and then put it together and get this amazing result that you actually need to have in order to understand what you're trying to do, or understand what you're trying to see or troubleshoot, or have compliance or security. There's a whole lot of goals that you have there. Next one, students see how technology evolves. Okay, so you're going to see how it goes from a monolith application all the way to microservices. Now, I've never done microservices before. I kind of just dabbled on it. This time, there's going to be microservices. And it's because I have the ECS class, which is going to be the start of the containerization, and then that'll move over to microservices. And the next things, lastly, it's designed around skills engineers use at work: troubleshooting, observability, cost, security, automation, and understanding existing systems are all part of the curriculum. So you're going to have to understand where you are and then define where you want to go. This is going to be crucial for the class. So it's going to be fun, but I'll say this. It's not expected that you know all the pieces in the beginning. In fact, I always say you need to be a black man with a pulse, right?
Right.
But for people who want to take the class, I also say this: you have to follow instructions. You have to read and write. You need to follow. If I say these are the orders of instructions, and I need to do these parts, and then I list them out, and I need you to follow them. They're there for a reason. They're there to make sure you don't go off into no man's land. It's kind of like you, Andre. If you were telling someone how to navigate in Cali, you understand where Strata 1 is, right?
Correct.
So you would be telling people how to avoid Strata 1. Well, I'm doing the same thing. I'm like, this is where the monsters live. I don't want you to go over here. So I'm going to teach you how to go in another direction. If you don't follow the instructions, you're probably going to do nothing or go straight into the monsters. And
True.
I'm going to be like, okay, well, this is the instructions. If you decided to do that, you figure it out. I have to move. I gotta go to the next class. I have to go to the next section. I don't have time to troubleshoot it. So you have to follow, you have to document, and you have to work with other people. Essentially, if you don't want to read, you don't want to write, and you don't want to work with other people, it means you don't want a cloud job.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah. So it's just that easy. I'm not expecting you to know everything, guys. What I am expecting you to do is to follow instructions. So when we do agentic AI in the beginning, all the command that you need is SSH. That's the big thing. We do it in the beginning. You just log in with SSH, and then you start doing commands on your EC2 in order to do deployment. It's automated, so I have you run a script, and then it pulls the everything you need for COBOL, and then it deploys it automatically for you. It's all scripted. I already developed that. So that makes life a lot easier for you. You don't have to know how to deploy a database, how to do fast API, how to do Swift. You don't need to know any of that. All you need to know is how to type in SSH, your password, copy and paste, enter. That's it. That's all it is. For all you know, you're telling your ex your bank account information to where your address is, right?
Right.
You don't need to know what that script is. I'm just telling you, follow the instructions. That's it. You'll be fine.
Okay.
Okay. There it is. Those are just other explanations you can run for other places.
Okay.
So that's basically the class. If you want to look at the two animations I give you, the two images, we can go through that.
I was about to head there too. I'm glad that you said that.
Right.
We'll go to this one first.
Okay, here we go. Now this is good. I want you guys to look at this real quick. So, agentic AI, pedantic agent, foundational models. Well, we're definitely what I'm showing you guys is this. There's a difference in labor. There's a student, and then there's a foundational model. So the student deploys the agent, might do some troubleshooting with the agent, might do some customization with the agent. But that's all it is as an agent. The agent does some reasoning, little, but not the big stuff. The foundational model does all the big reasoning, the big AI magic. What you think is AI, that's the real foundational model, okay? My mistake that I had with when I was doing AI was I was going foundational models first. That's not how you should do it. That's crazy talk. You're going to fail. Use the current foundational models that you have. So what I want you to do is deploy the agent correctly. Follow the instructions about how to deploy an agent. Once you deploy the agent correctly, then the foundational model will come in and work within your environment. That's all you need. It's it. It's simple. What I need you to do, if you take the class, is to follow this workflow so that you can be successful. If you, the agents are already there. I want to make sure you understand that. The agents are already there. They're already prepared for them for you. All you have to do is deploy them. It's not that hard.
Okay.
Yep. So that's a photo of me in Tokyo. There I am.
And I just dropped the link for you guys who are interested in getting this particular slide. So I just dropped the link for that one.
There you go.
And let me know when you want to
go.
go.
No, let's go next one. Let's go next one. And here's the 5-year AI mastery course. So this is how I'm going to be teaching in the class. So the first year, we're going to be talking about agentic AI, pedantic agents. That's going to be really deploying them, and that's AI platform engineering. So you're just deploying the agents, okay? Again, very few companies are deploying agents right now. They talk something, they don't have any idea of how to do the agents. So just deploying, you're ahead of the curve. Next one, 2027, securing. Oh no, go back.
Oh, my bad.
Okay. So the next one, you can expand it a little bit if you want to. Yes. So the next one is 2027, and that's going to be securing AI. agentic AI. So you have the agents. How do you secure them? Okay, that's the whole thing. We just want to secure them. It's going to be a big thing. Not many people are talking about that, but you actually have to secure and protect your agents. Next one is going to be developing pedantic agents. This is going to be the next big money.
Give me a second, Theo. I think I'm gonna show the downloaded one that I have instead of just a screen share. So let me go to image and here. Oh, I know what I'll do. I know what I'll do. Is that larger? Is that better?
Yeah, it's a little better. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, yes. Okay, so
I got a different one. Let me see, because I got two on screen. You take this one. You take this one down, and while Theo is enjoying his delicioso meal, let me bring this up. Let me screen share this.
I stopped taking pre-workout.
Ah, okay. So no, that's not the one. Let me remove this.
Yeah.
Move from studio.
There you go. That's bigger. That's definitely bigger.
Okay, let me add this. Is this? Nope, that's not it. Let me remove this one right quick. Let me, because I have I downloaded it actually.
Yeah.
So I have the screen share, and I am going to go here. And I know what I was doing. Okay, I see where I am now. There we go. Okay, so now we move us out of the way, and now I can make this larger.
Ooh, that is big. Okay. Oh yeah, much better. Oh, much better. Yeah, I can definitely see that. There we go. Okay. Much better. There we go. So the next one, again, we're done developing pedantic-based agents. The students can use another framework if they want to, but actually being able to write your own agent, like I'm doing right now, is key money. The AI development is in there. This is a fundamentally important skill. Very few people doing this, and I'm going to be teaching how to actually develop your own agents. Now, I'm aware that some of the students in class 7 are looking at my agents, so I have explanations in the agents, and they're already reverse engineering, which is what they're supposed to be doing. So development, that's going to be a big year. 2028 will be huge. 2029, I'm going to be training models with Kubernetes, with Kubeflow. So that is the beginning of actually making your own AI for real, and that's going to make making your own foundational model. And then the last one is 2030, you're going to be training your models of Oyama. And that's going to be for distributed hardware, so bare metal. And you're going to actually be making, like, if you have server racks, how to deploy AI for a company and actually make it functional so that they don't need to have foundational models. They actually have their own AI working within their own company. That's going to be a gold mine. And a few companies are doing this, people who are way ahead of the curve. But very, very, very few companies are doing, most companies are barely doing Copilot. So the point I want to say to this, if you're watching this, again, you are ahead of the curve. If you're in my class, you'll definitely be ahead of the curve. Less than 5% of companies deploy AI this way today. Your skills will be extremely high demand. I want to make sure you understand this. Very, very few companies are actually doing anything on that. Over 95% of AI projects have failed up to this point. And for the most part, the reason is because they don't define what they actually want to do. So AI has no idea what they want, what it wants to be achieved, or why it's even there. So you have to be very well, you have to understand what the definition is. You have to be able to define it. Scroll down a little bit, down to the bottom.
I'm going to do that, yeah.
Okay. So the thing is, the mindset. Don't worry about the future right now. You are in 2026. Only worry about deploying agents. how you deploy it in AI platform engineering. Only worry about that, and then worry about how next year, worry about how to secure it. That is money and money. That's going to be, those two skills are going to continue for a long time. So make sure you know how to do those, right? Every year builds upon the year before. Again, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now.
Correct.
Remember that. I have to understand that for the skills that I'm acquiring right now, I have to remember that every single day. For my diet, anything, losing weight or exercise, would have been great if I did this 20 years ago. I can start now. Okay, let's exercise. Let's get it done. And the next, why you learn the right way. You build real world skills. You solve real problems. You lead the future. Okay? Focus now, master the step. The future will take care of itself. So I'm telling you guys who are watching this, this is something you want to learn. You want to get ahead of it. Now, I said that last year. I said class 7 was going to be the last class that I'll be teaching, which is true. Class 7 is still going. It's 2 years long. So the last part of class 7 is going to start in October. It'll be another year. So while I'm continuing in class 7, I decided to teach class 8. And class 8 has the lessons that I learned in AI inside of class 8. So it's a different way of doing things. Before, I forbid students to use AI in their classes. Now AI is essential. You have to use AI in every single lesson. There's ways of using it. There's ways of actually doing deployment. Because now AI is developed to such a point that I can't see you not using it. So I'm like, yeah, this is how you use Claude Code. I want you to use Claude Code in this way. We do Git pushes. Claude Code can do that for you. I'm going to show you how that works. But the thing is, if you use Claude Code, okay, it's going to ask you which folder. You know, most of the students in the class, if they fail with Git or Git push, it's because they don't understand folders. Well, it's the same thing with AI. If you deploy AI to the cloud, if you don't understand the folder, it can't deploy.
Right.
There's no change. It's the same thing. It's just whether or not you do it or AI does it. So that's fundamentals. You're not getting away from that. You have to edit your code. You have to do checks on your code. That's where you use Claude AI, or you use GCP. Sorry, you use ChatGPT Opus. Either one is fine. Well, you need to know how to use that. You need to know, I could actually use that in the class. There's actually a workflow for that. Well, you need to be paying attention, and I'm going to be showing how that works, but I need you to copy that workflow. If you do this, you're going to be ready for the future. You'll be fine. I showed this kind of workflow to a company. I remember like 2 weeks ago, they flipped out. They're like, nobody's doing this inside the company. It's like, no, duh. I know. Nobody's on this level. People are not doing this at all. This is like upper 5%. Okay. Most you got a used Ford. I'm showing you a Lamborghini. Okay. Except the Lamborghini is affordable. It has the same price as the Ford. You just need to know how to drive it. That's it. That's all it is. Okay. It's the same price. It's nothing unique. In fact, in some places it's cheaper than the Ford. Okay.
Okay. Let's look.
So,
are you done with that?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done.
I've got something another one that you have inside of the. Let me do this screen share here. Another that you have inside of the conclave. Some information. Let me go here. This is what I was looking at as well.
Oh, okay. So that's where you actually can sign up for the class.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it's applied cloud and platform operations, right? And it's a Sierra Foundations. The class is $2,500 for a year. Actually, it's 18 months. So you might need to go into the beginner course first. So we call that Cloud Proving Ground. You might need to have 6 months of just doing basic work in IT and then actually go into the class. So that's fine. So it covers up to 18 months of continuous instruction. And that gives a lot of the explanation that we were talking about in this class. In this podcast. Now, I have a little bonus for you guys. I'm sure you guys would like to have a bonus, right? Right? You guys want a deal? What? Don't you guys want something cool? Okay, hold on.
All right.
So I put a discount code in the back channel for you. I'll put it into the chat as well. If you use Theo 750, here you go. If you use the discount code Theo 750, you can get $750 discount off the class. And that's going to last for 1 week. So I talked to Shannon. I was like, hey, I'm going to be on Andre. I want to give a little discount to the students. How about we do that? I said, yeah, why not? Andre, just, he's suffering down there. Okay, we'll do it. So so for to celebrate that Andre is alive from this horrible earthquake that he just suffered, you have a $750 discount for the class. So it lasts 1 week. You can pay with a firm. You can make payments with a firm. You can go through the process. I'm just telling you guys, the class is definitely there. So go ahead and sign up for it, and you'll be fine. You don't have to go to the conclave this year in order to take the class. You can just take the class straight out. Okay?
All right. Let's emphasize on some of the things that you're talking about. You see, this is not a boot camp.
Mm-hmm. You are not here to memorize commands for a few weeks, collect a completion certificate, and hope someone hires you. No, that's not the way this works. In fact, you don't get a certificate from my class. You get a certificate from passing a test. There you go. So you get your SAA, you get your Terraform, you get something like that. For Agentic AI, there aren't certificates right now, not anything noticeable, but you know how to do it. It's the thing, you can explain it, and we actually teach you how to do speech ops, how to do resume, and your LinkedIn. And you're gonna learn how systems actually work. It's a big thing. How do systems work together? You're gonna need to know how this works. So the explanation for this, the help for it's all gonna be there. Build the system, control the change, operate the outcome. You're going to be on the driver's seat with this, especially with Agentic AI. You're going to be able to use AI in order to build, automate, control, deploy, troubleshoot, remediate, augment, protect, all of that. So this is going to be great for you. Hold on. Are you doing any smaller breakout sessions? Are you talking about the conclave? I'm only doing one breakout session at the conclave. The rest of the breakout sessions are going to be for everybody else. I did 5 breakout sessions in Miami. I almost died doing that. I was so stressed out in Miami. I just wanted someone to take me out and just just throw me into the water. I was so stressed out. Vegas is not going to be that way. Not at all. Sure, Tori. No problem. I am not. I'm going to be relaxing this year. I am not doing everything. Miami Conclave was very stressful for me. There was a lot of performance that was necessary. I had to achieve a lot. There were various problems in the background. I had to compensate for them. That was very hard. And I had to start teaching AI. AI was extremely frustrating for me at that point. I only had a few successes. I didn't have anything big like I really wanted, and I was still pushing myself. This year, I have 20, 30 agents in my repo you can go look at, you can go deploy. I have students who have done this. I have students who got jobs in AI already and doing Agentic AI. It's all good. I mean, I have working examples. I have much more support. I can deploy AI at will at this point. This is totally different. So this year I'm going there to talk with you guys. And the conclave will support itself. That's what it's going to be. I want the conclave to support itself officially. Right? I'm not going to be worrying that much. Yeah, Miami was hard. That was, I'm glad you guys had a good time. I was just like, really, just throw me into the water. That was a hard conclave. I'm glad I did it because it pushed me. That conclave pushed me individually. I was like, Theo, you got to do better with AI. You got to take care of your body better. You got to lose weight. You got to get your strength up. Well, strength is pretty good, but you know, you got all these beautiful people in Miami, and you stick out, right? So you really have to really do something better here with your life. And you know, 1 year later, I'm thinner, I'm stronger. Like mental health is much better, and I've got agents working, and I understand the model how this works. I've got workflows. So I'm liking this Vegas one, and I'm going to Japan. So, hey, you know,
we will be talking about that.
Yeah, I'm talking. That was a hard. Not everyone else is fine. I was like, I remember, I was going over to like the Whole Foods. People were inviting me out, and I was like, no, I just want to go to Whole Foods, eat something in my hotel room, and die.
Yeah. Yeah. I know that feeling, bro.
Yeah. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. I want my dog. Where's Chewbacca? I want to go home. I was so pushed there. It was so hard. But I'm glad everyone else was happy. I'm glad it worked. It was I think that's like our best conclave that we had.
Yeah.
Do you have a bottle of something? Oh, just water? Oh. Yes, we can have pizza for you in Vegas. No. I want Chewbacca. I wish I could bring Chewbacca with me. I really would. He'd be great. But no. And somebody says, Theo, do you have an assistant? I have AI assistants right now, but I don't really have people who can do. Well, okay. I got my admins. So, you guys know Rob, Julian, Serge, Aaron, Black Muslim, Solomon. How can I forget? He's one of the best guys that got in there. Tall guy. How did I forget his name? He's going to kill me for forgetting his name. He's one of my best students. But those guys are really great admins. They really help me out. So I do have people who do help me because I do collapse. Make sure you guys understand. I mean, when I was in the hit and run, they took over. Right? When I was in bed all the time, they took over. Right? When I was hospitalized for heart conditions, they took over. Right? So I do have people who are helping me out. Okay. So, but in development, no, I do all the development on my own. I'm loving the path-based routing. Oh yeah, you can like that. That's some fun stuff. Yeah. Wait until you get path-based agentic AI. Oh, that's gonna be even better. Okay. It says, tell Theo I want a 90% discount. Really? You want a 90% discount? What? You showing me a cute Colombiana or something?
All right.
We don't get no. This isn't class 1 through 4. I taught classes 1 through 4 for free. So the only way you could get a discount like that is if like you're in class 1. Then I'll talk with you about that. But anybody outside of class 1, I'm like, nah, man. Here's the link. You're paying. This is a hard class to teach. This isn't easy. Okay. Yeah, I do have to pay my admins, so they don't work for free. They do get payments for their work. Okay. So there is the link for the Black Manosphere, right? And that's for the conclave. The conclave is going to be wonderful this year. We're doing a lot, and have a lot of good speakers. We're still signing people up to actually be there. For you, Andre, I mean, you just went through a pretty life-shaking event for real. I mean, your Friday wasn't exactly ideal there. You still want to go? You want to be on site? Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good in regards to that. Some things are needed for the. I mean, if you guys are okay with it, some things are needed for to get psychologically back on track. I'm one of those people that to get back into my groove and work and doing everything that needs to be done. It helps me mentally to get back into the groove of things. And you guys, networking with you guys is a part of that on the show. not just being by myself and just not mentally being intact. But I know by the time the conclave will be great. I got my books coming, like one of you guys said, Dre, make sure you bring enough books. I'll make sure I do that. I've got a couple other books that are coming out. But I'm excited to be with the brothers in fellowship. So that I know that would psychologically help me out a lot.
Well, there'll be one thing that'll be for sure. Vegas and the conclave, well, you'll network with us. You'll have a great time. And then you'll turn this face around. You'll say, earthquake ravaged Cali is better than this place. I'm going back home.
No. I won't say that about Vegas.
Yeah, I want to see my wife. That's it. I'm done. That's it. You'll be on there nonstop. We'll make sure we get you a direct flight to back home, and you'll do it. So there's Shannon. He is the business and logistics brains behind the operation.
Yes.
This would not be possible without Shannon. I have to 100% say this. We cannot do this without Shannon. He is essential. I don't know what to do without him. And then scroll up, you have Obsidian. He's been there. Obsidian has been there with me for every single conclave that I've done. And he's one of the leaders, the founding fathers of the Black Manosphere 2.0. All of us are going to have to go through a transformation of the Black Manosphere regarding podcasts. And this is going to have to be AI-led. We're going to have to develop courses, write more books. So this is going to be like a 4-year transformation that I'm seeing. And we're going to have to really change how we operate. The big thing that I personally feel, and I'm sure you can comment on this as well, is that Black men have a voice which needs to be expressed and heard. And too many times we have people trying to silence us. And that's it. I'm done. We deserve our place at the table speaking, and silencing us is not happening anymore. And this is one of the best things that I've ever had with being in this group, is being able to express myself as a Black man in the way that I want to, without having to kowtow to anybody or simp out to anybody or do anything like that. It is how I want to be. So, love it.
This is a good question that Alexis had for you. He say, and shout out to Alexis. Alexis said that because Alexis just lost his mom, and condolences once again goes out to this brother. He just lost best friend, his mom, this past week, and just a few months ago, his dad had passed on, and so condolences to this brother. Really good man. Me and Alexis talk on the phone quite often, and so he keeps me encouraged. I keep him encouraged all the time. Yeah. And so the question that he had for you, go ahead.
I just want to say, my parents both died on the same day in 2007. So I feel you. I know what that's like. That's a big shock. So sorry, man. My heart goes out to you.
Definitely. Alexis says this, for all the days of the conclaves is available. He said, is the 250 going to cover every day? So does it cover, your initially every day, or is it 250 a day? Or is it just 250 for the initial?
Well, it depends. So if you do like human sacrifice, then yeah, okay. No, I can't actually say that on a podcast. You're going to get demonetized. I'll be good. You know how I talk in class. No, 250, that's all you need. That's it. That gets you for all the days. So you'll be just fine. Go ahead and sign up, and you can be there on site and actually talk to us. The big thing is I want you guys to be there to actually meet us. Also, I want to emphasize the students who actually go there in person and meet people, they are most greatly more likely to pass the class. And when I say pass the class, that means you get a job based in cloud with 6 figures. That's what passing the class is. So, yeah, Dre will be motivated in Vegas after he sees all of them really at the bingo hall. He will be ready to get back to Cali. Look, man, all it's going to take for Dre is start eating American food. And he's going to start feeling weird.
That's gonna be the first thing, and they'll be drinking some water. Be like, "What is this?"
Absolutely.
And then he's gonna get some like carbonated something inside of him. It's like, "Hey, I feel bloated. That's it. I don't like it." And they'll be like, "Hey, wait a minute. There used to be 10s all over the place, and why are they so pale? Like, what's going on? They need some hue in them." And they'll be like, "I'm done, man. That's it. That's it. I got it's 12 more hours till I get to the airplane. As I said, I'm going to start doing my countdown on my watch. That's it. I'm gone." So it's time to make six figures or become multimillionaires in cloud and get Andrea that D7 Portugal golden visa and deal that Thailand LTR visa. I can get the Thailand visa. My company is right now applying for the Tokyo visa. And I don't know, like, again, people know I'm going to go to Japan. I don't know how this is going to go down after Japan. So I'm going to be there for 4 or 5 years. So it's either going to be Thailand, Brazil, the Netherlands, or Prague, or the Czechia. I'm going to go to those areas afterwards. So these are previous speakers, right? Oh, these are speakers right now. Okay. So there you go. You got Andre. Oh, the tax break. They need to hear about that tax break, man. You got to explain about that. Yes, you got the main stage for the tax break, right?
Yes, sir. Main stage. They made event 4:30 to 5:15 on Sabado.
Yeah.
That I'll be
even speaking. I need that from you. I mean, I need to learn more about that. I learned some to a degree, but that's going to be amazing. You get, again, if you're abroad for like 330 days at least in 1 year, you get to have you're exempt from federal taxes up to $130,000 without the first set of exemptions, something like that.
Absolutely.
So, guys, you got to get on that because that'll pay your tax refund's going to be huge. It'll make Lizo look small. So I'm just telling you, and you got to go for it because your opportunity also somewhere for small business owners. Hey, I'm all down with that. I like to know more about small businesses because I want to open a gym. So I like to know more about small businesses. So I think that's something that's going to listen to. Hold on. Who are you? Building your brand identity. I like to have a brand identity. I'm just the OF. I don't think that's really a brand identity. Inside the class, it's Ballerica. So that's kind of a brand that I'm creating inside of there. So I'd like to know more about that. That sounds cool. All right.
Our tax exemption goes up to for our taxes for 2026, filing in 2027. It goes up to last year was 130,000 tax deductible, and now it is going to be 132,900 for us that are filing. So, because like I said, when I first moved here, when I first moved to Colombia, our federal tax break was only 86,000, and now to see that now it's going to be 132,900, almost $133,000 for the upping year when you file your taxes, as long as you're outside the United States for 330 days of the year, and it doesn't have to be a solid. It could be broken up into parts, but you have to be out of the United States at least 133 days, 30 days of the year. And so next year it's going to be up to 133, almost 133,000 next year.
I wish it were like you only have to be outside the country like 300 days. That'd be better. So I go back to America and work on site for 2 months. I like that. I go back. I could go back and forth. That'd be so good. So I'm keeping my house for at least 2 years. So I really would like that, but oh well, it's not going to happen. Just a month. Okay, I can pick up computer when I'm here. Hold on. What is the source seed saying? It said, what does it say there? Oh, okay, you're looking at that. Okay, so anyway, that's the schedule. I'm going to be on Sunday, right? So everybody else is going to be on the other days. What I say, guys, get to Vegas early. The hotel rooms are only $99. That's ridiculous. Okay, get there early and network with people. Go hang out, have some fun. And we're in an area which is kind of safe, right? There's ain't many people like walking around asking for services. No gambling is in the hotel. So if you guys want to do that, you have to go someplace else for that. I did that by design because I want us to be focusing on business.
Good idea.
Theo, I'm studying for my ISSAP now. Hopefully I'll pass before the conclave start. Pass on your time. I know who you are. Pass on your time. And when you pass, you pass. That's great. All right. ISSAP is a wonderful certification. I'm going to be teaching principles of it in the security class again. It's actually CCSP, but it'll be CCSP plus ISSAP. So you keep on going, man. You're going to be invincible. And nothing's going to stop you. Just believe in yourself. You'll be just fine. All right. What else? What else you got there? So it's me. I think this year I'm just going to be networking with people because I'm leaving. All right.
Right.
So I want to talk with people.
Let's talk about the leaving part. We've discussed everything else, and so let's get started with the section talking about what's coming down the turnpike for you, Chewy, and more.
Well, I knew I was leaving, so I mean I was always preparing for leaving and doing this and that for it. I've been doing mental health, working on that, focusing on a lot of things really for when I can leave the country again. And my company, they had me start doing Japanese translation back in the spring, and then they started doing security work for America and for Japan. And then I've got the CISP, I got other certifications. And they did a countrywide search in Japan, looking for a security manager for their branch office in Japan. And they couldn't find anyone even near with my security credentials or my security abilities. And I was helping to do a company merger for them. So I knew their systems, I knew what they were doing, right? And I'd already proven that I spoke Japanese. So they're like, cool, we'll just send you to Japan and we'll have you be the security manager in Japan. It's like, cool, all right, I'll do it. So I'm in the process right now of moving to Japan. They're processing the visa for me. The only way that I don't go to Japan is if immigration in Japan does not allow it. That's it though. So once they release that visa, I got 2 weeks, and then I'm still in a process right now so that the dogs can go to Japan, but they won't be able to go there until February or March. Right. So I have to come back just to get the dogs. So I'm doing an actual move. So I mean, the books, the synthesizers behind me, they're going to Japan. The earphones, all these books you see behind me, everything from here, all of it on the bookshelves, it's all going to Japan. All of it. So it's going to be huge. They're going to pay for my apartment. They're paying for my, my one-way business class ticket to Japan. They're paying for all of it. So it's going to be it's an amazing deal. I'm going to get into there.
Alexis says, "Is there any physical trades I can get into?" Alexis, now. He might be speaking on the international scale. I'll say this right out. No. There's not a salary that you would be comfortable with in another country when it comes to physical labor. It's just not a bang for your buck. That's why most guys that are traveling, men and women, are in some way doing digital work, online work in one way or another, because they can still hold on to the currency or whatever country they've chosen to work with or for, whether it be the States or other countries, and still be able to travel and relocate. You don't want to go into a brick and mortar situation in another country. In other words, get up in the morning at 8 a.m. And get off work at 5 p.m. and you are working whatever physical labor, and you're getting for example, if you're a school teacher, American school teacher here in Colombia, you might make $1,000 a month. You cannot live off $1,000 a month. You may make $1,500 a month. Now, in other countries, you might make a lot more. But I know in Colombia, being an American teacher of English, you don't make that much down here. So you don't want to put yourself in a scenario where you lean on physical labor.
Other thing too is, why would you be competing with the local market for physical labor when you are coming from the world's most powerful country?
Yeah.
Why would you do physical labor abroad? That makes no sense. So in Japan, you, first off, as an American citizen, you need a 4-year college degree in order to get a work visa over there. Then your minimum salary is 250,000 yen. At the current exchange rate, it's about $1,800. So that's to make sure that you cannot compete with low-skilled labor.
True. That's true.
So why would a university degreed person work for that such a low level? It doesn't make sense. You're making much, much, much more than that. So physical labor abroad, no, bro. No, you're from a first world country. You need to be doing finance, cloud, something online, sales rep. Doesn't matter what it is. Andre has plenty of podcasts, particularly on his Patreon, regarding how to make at least $50,000 a year remotely from the United States. If you have $50,000 a year and you're working and you're tax exempt, you're in Colombia, you're fine. Do that. Why would you do physical labor, man? No, man. That's what other people do.
I think that's because many of us, in the States, especially in our community, have been raised off of the basic physical labor trades. And you can't deny many of the physical labor trades make good money in the States. But when it comes to outside of the States, no, it just doesn't translate like you would think it would.
No. You get abroad, you're a rich American. Okay, by default, you're a rich American. People will treat you as such. You're not black abroad. You're a blue book gentleman. That's who you are. Think that way. Don't be thinking you're black. Nobody cares about your race abroad. Well, some of the honeys do in a good way. So that's useful.
Max said, if you have physical, I know, right? If you have physical labor skills, if you can translate that into a business and you can hire the locals, that's different. If you can hire the locals, but to be hired by the locals, that won't work.
No, that won't work. What the heck? It says overseas they will break your body first, then your spirit. Not for Americans. No, man, they don't do that to you. You're not. Did anybody break your body over there, Andre? Did you have to worry about that? No, man. No, you about to warn somebody out. I don't know about that, but I don't think. I think your body was just fine. You're fine as long as you're not being stupid abroad. Again, Andre talks a lot about how to be stupid abroad and how to avoid that. Again, why are you out past 10 o'clock? What are you going to do?
Right.
Just get in trouble? All right. So stay inside, have reasonable hours of working. Remember, criminals don't wake up at 6 a.m. to go to the gym.
Not at all.
They're just sleeping. So you're not doing labor works. You're not going to be doing labor.
I would recommend this for all you. This is why this channel is dedicated to the guy or lady that's looking to relocate 5 months from now, 5 years from now, or 15 years from now. Because I realize that there are those that have very good careers in the United States. I give you a perfect example. I have a cousin of mine. He's been working almost 40 years for GM. He's getting close to retirement. He's been researching the Philippines for the last 4 or 5 years. He's taking lessons. He's talking to people that live there. I mean, he's really been doing his homework and research. He's going to be flying out there. He's done international travel before. So he realizes that I'm not the type of person that's going to be working online, but he was patient enough to say, let me build my my economics so I don't have to lean on employment as much once I live overseas. So I understand some of you guys, you're truck drivers. Some of you guys are ex-military and you have 70% of your benefits and you're waiting to get to your 90 or 100% benefits. Some of you guys still have your kids that are 15. You got a few more years to raise them. Some of you got a 5-year-old. So this channel was dedicated to the patient man. Once again, like in my case, it was my dream of relocating started right around 2011, 2012. I didn't officially relocate until 2019 to where I was here 100% of the time. I had visited other countries and everything, but the dream of living in another country and the reality of it, it took some years. Tailor-Made Dreams took him 5 years to officially 100% move from Atlanta to DR, even though he had purchased his piece of property, his first trip to DR, but he still had to go back and forth because he had work that he was doing and life that he was taking care of in Atlanta. My brother, Mr. Pro For You of the YouTube channel, him and his wife, Love, Purpose, and Passport, took him 7 years to officially move to DR with his wonderful wife. And we see him and his wife on YouTube. So when we say, guys, you see us on this end and you think like, oh, they just made the decision and bada bing, bada boom. No, we made the decision, but we realized it took a patient transition. We were still visiting these countries. We were still putting everything in order. And so it took us 5, 6, 7. It took Ace Live 2 to 3 years to become the Ace Live that we know to where he was traveling. Even though he wanted to travel the way he did from Miami, economically, he had to wait to put himself in position to be able to travel the way that he does. Now he's at 700,000 subscribers and he's traveled around the world. Same thing with Check and Effect. It took years of development. So guys, be ready for those to be patient. Same thing with Theo. Theo's been talking about, relocating to other countries for a minute, but he had to wait for that time, that season to come. So manual labor guys, don't feel like you're behind. Some of you guys that are still working in the States, or your company is in the States, or your business in the States, don't feel like, man, I wish I could leave today. I understand that, but none of us were able to leave the moment that we wanted to leave. We had to work through some things, important things in the States as well.
Yeah, I think that's well stated. I mean, for myself, when I came back to America in 2011, and I thought I'd only be in America 8 years. That did not happen. And I was in Brazil in 2021, 2022. And that's when I knew, oh yeah, this is going to happen. I'm going to leave. Well, I had to go through a process first. That was just the way it was. I couldn't just get on the airplane. It didn't matter how much money I had. I had to solve the problems that I had in Japan first. I had to get them 100%. So now I'm ready. I mean, I can actually do it, especially the mental stuff. Therapy's over. So I'm more than happy to get on the airplane and get the heck out of here. And then I have the proper power structure. The power structure is I'm being hired locally in Japan, but I answer to London and New York, which is great, which means I'm protected both from legally, they can't fire me in Japan, but also like in terms of management, they can't drive me crazy in Japan. So that's the way I got it. That's what I want. It was perfect for me in the situation. I got free apartment. Are you kidding me? I don't have to pay rent. I don't have to go look for it. I mean, come on, man. Of course, I'm getting the proper situation. I waited for it. They don't have AI at all over there in my branch office. So I'm going to be implementing it for the first time, and I'm going to be doing translations for them. No, are you kidding? No, they don't have Terraform.
Dang.
They don't have pipelines. They don't have CI/CD pipelines. So I'm going to have to implement AI-based CI/CD pipelines. I developed ones in AI, so I'm going to do the AI that one. I'm going to have to do
translation services for them, all kinds of like AI, using AI for translation, for automation in that way, and then for actually application remediation, finding different problems that they have, extending the company's official security platform over to Japan. That's a lot of work on there. And then, you know how I'm teaching students in class? Well, I'll be teaching students in Japan.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be great. This is exactly the way I wanted. So you got to be patient and build up your skill set. It's a thing. Build it up. Keep on working. Keep on building your skill set. If you do that, you're going to be fine. Don't give up, even if you fail. I failed with AI over 2 years. I had gruesome failures. I didn't stop. I screamed a lot, threw things at the wall, yelled. Yeah. I was really angry there for a while because I was like, I'm in my 50s. Can I just sail into the sunset with like cloud and networking and some security? Like, this is not good enough? Like, I have to go through this AI crap? Are you serious? AI is one of the best things that ever happened. Like, if you guys are in the class, you guys know I talk bad about AI all the time. I did for years. I was like, I hate this thing. Now I love it. So you have to go through that transformation, guys. Again, I'm making enough money that, you know, I can pay $2,000 to have my favorite books to be airlifted over to Japan,
right,
which is what I'm going to do. The rest of them, and when I come here, you're like this, Andre. I have a home gym in my house, right?
Right.
I'm taking part of my home gym to Japan.
Okay.
Yeah. I told that Shannon, I was like, I'm still overweight, man. This isn't going on. I can't have a couch until I lose the weight. So that means I have to have a home gym in my living room. So I'm bringing part of my gym over. That's it.
Boom.
So I'll have gym membership externally, but inside the house, I'll have a squat rack. You know, I'll have an exercise bike. I'll be doing squats and bench press and, you know, normal things like that. It's business as usual. It's not. I'll be making music. That'll be fun, but it's not party time. It's time to work.
Oh yeah, man, that sounds great, man. I'm happy for you. I won't even lie. I am happy for you. It's all coming together. All the hard work is paying off.
I'm glad you're alive, man. I saw what was going on in people's houses going on. I was like, great. Kings and Dreams. I felt bad because I was supposed to be in Cali anyway. I got into my accident, the hit and run, so my leg was in a cast. So I was like, I don't think I'm gonna get through immigration in Cali. This isn't gonna work. And I was still taking pain meds, so I couldn't go. And then you had the earthquake, right? I was like, so what? I was like, Lord, like, what are you trying to get me one way or another? You said like double, like I'll get them here or there. Like what? I mean, come on, man. Like what? When I land in Tokyo, is there going to be an earthquake? Like, so, right.
Indonesia's kind of close.
So yeah. What's that wave? I don't know what's going on, man.
Yeah, man.
Right?
Yeah, we just found out today that the tower across the street is going to be demolished. So all the people that have their furniture and everything in there, they might be giving them a chance to move all their stuff out. But it is 4 towers. I mean, this is a really quiet, very suburban community. And to see your neighbor's whole building having to be demolished, you know, it's crazy. Like each section has 4 towers. Like we're tower number 3 for our section. And so there's still, you know, like we're one of the few towers of the in this area that actually have the lights on and all the utilities on. So it's pitch black dark out here because there are no lights on. They usually be on for people's homes. And then, like I said, the tower directly across the street is been demolished. Mm-hmm. And so there's going to be a lot of construction going on in these areas. I already reached out to the realtor, Daniel, who we did the interview with few weeks ago. So he and I talked. So we're looking for a house. And so Andre and I have been looking online. Now we got Daniel looking for us for a home since he's a realtor. So we're looking at that. We just got our gas on because they want to make sure that there were no gas leaks in all the buildings. So we went through that stage. But then there's still people everywhere, as T-Mac knows, in Medellin, as well as here in Cali and Chocó and Buenaventura, the black areas of Colombia. A lot of people are still living in tents, even though it's been raining hard the last couple of nights. So, and then there's buildings that you got to consider that, like our neighbors, it didn't collapse initially, but then to the inspectors came and they said, "Oh no, nobody can live in this building." And so, even though your building did not collapse initially, that does not mean that your building is not going to be inspected. And they say, no one can live here. In our case, it's our stairs. Our stairs are at the point, all 12 floors. They're like, nobody can walk on these stairs. They're not safe. They're going to have to be rebuilt. So we had to wait until the elevators had to be repaired in order to even come back into the building. The gas line, they got a water leak somewhere to where they had to cut the water off. So they're doing an investigation to find out where the water leak is in the building, because they know that water is going down toward the parking area, but they don't know where it is. So they had to cut the water off. And so now they're doing an investigation in regards to that. So it's going. They did a news headline the other day, and they say just in Cali alone, it's going to take $3 billion to rebuild, restructure, and rehouse everybody and get the businesses back on track over the next 2 to 3 years. So it's going to be a completely different city. Medellin is going through some of the same things T-Mac is saying right now. He said the buildings on the hills are not even built to code in Medellin. He said, I'm surprised it did not come. That's the same thing here in Cali. The buildings that are up in the hills, the condos and all those houses up in the, nothing happened to them. The craziest thing. So, but this is like, once again, this is every 100-year event. This is something that it just doesn't happen. And so, like I said, you try to get your mental state back after dealing with something like this. And so we're slowly, one day at a time, one prayer at a time, and networking, working with you guys has been very helpful, not just on the economic side with you guys' donations, but most of all, you guys' prayer. Shout out to brothers like T-Mac, my brother Todd in Bogota. Shout out to Jay Fleming. Shout out to Alexis. A lot of you guys call me or send me a message every single day. Andre, how you feeling today? Andre, how you and Andrea doing? Some of you guys just call me. Shout out to Kings and Dreams. So all you guys that reach out to us, and I may have not mentioned your name, we just want to let you know that we appreciate just that text message of, hey, are you guys all right today? How you feeling? What's your emotional state right now? Because it's not easy to not only deal with your own travesty, but also watch the travesty of others. I was just telling my Uncle Jeffrey Ghostface. I was talking to him and he was checking in on me. And Theo, this is the first time in any catastrophe when it comes to buildings that I've seen so many videos posted by people that are trapped under buildings. Like some of them have bars and they're able to send videos out of themselves on social media of themselves trapped in. I just looked at one. It was a father, a daughter, and a mother. They were trapped in the size of a bed. Nothing but cement all over them. It's just, and all they had for the first 2 days was them being trapped in that area. And they were able to send videos out and they were able to be rescued. Another guy sent a video out, and I was telling my uncle, this guy was trapped in almost like a cement sandwich. He didn't have enough room to bend his legs or his arms. He was literally trapped inside of a cement sandwich, almost at a 80 to 90 degree angle. And he was able to move one arm to make a video of like his face to let people know that I'm here. You know, don't overlook my building. I'm still here, type of thing. And they were able to come rescue him. So when you're seeing actual video footage of people sending out videos that are trapped in buildings, you're starting to realize, like, man, this is so that hits you emotionally. The people that are out there, but we've been donating a lot. Tomorrow, I'm going to showcase some of the videos of us of what the donation money has gone to, and in the Black area. So you guys get a chance to see that tomorrow. But it has been mentally not easy. When people sit back and think, oh man, it's not that bad. Y'all back in the studio, you got your house back. It's not what you think it is. It is far more traumatic than just having an apartment back. We got more. Somebody asked me, I think Jeffrey, my uncle, he asked me, he said, well, what are your apartment? I say, our apartment looks like a puzzle. It's got that many cracks and all over the ceiling and all over on this side of the wall right here. All this is just a big puzzle. Look like lightning strikes all in the other rooms. So when people sit back and think that, oh, you guys are all right, it's just a little bit of this, it's far from just being all right, because you see the destruction of your whole community, your whole neighborhood. But like I said earlier, the fact that I have you brothers to keep me encouraged, to keep me going, the fact that I have this still focusing on the business, still focusing on the conclave. I finally got the final book getting ready to come out, The Unshakable. I got that getting ready to come out. I'll be bringing that to the conclave, and the free version will be going out to the guys that donated last year to the Children's Cancer Foundation. So the free email will be going out. I mean, the free ebook will be going out to those brothers in a few weeks. So these things keep me going. Andrea is now visiting her family, and they're doing good. The family in Medellin is doing good. So everything is starting to just get back to a little bit of normalcy, you know. And so that's what we're trying to get back to. But at the same time, realizing that life is going to be different, and you don't want to take things for granted, such as the Black Manosphere Conclave or the classes with Theo. You know, don't want to take those things for granted.
I was actually enjoying you're talking about that. I think we actually need to hear that. We need to hear what's actually going on. It can't be understated. It can't be understated. So your sense of safety is gone. That's why you don't like being there, and you can't. I think you have an emotional attachment to there, of course, but you know it's not safe, so you have to go.
Yeah.
So
that's what we're.
Yeah, we got to work at helping you get that house. You know, I want you to have a house. So whatever it takes, I'll have the group help you out.
So we're just looking to rent a house, and so we'll be fine in regards to doing that. So that's the direction. We won't be perfect, but we'll be.
If you have a house, you're gonna need a dog to protect it. So I'm just saying you need a dog.
Love dogs, man. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna tell you something, Theo. I'm gonna tell you something. All you dog lovers.
Dog.
Hey, when it was an earthquake, everybody. Hey. Dogs were like every man for himself. Dogs were not sitting around for their masters. The craziest thing, Theo, I had more dogs follow me like I was the Pied Piper than they were following their owners. I mean, little dogs, big dogs. It was the craziest thing, because dogs were trying to run around, and then there were people that got 2-3 dogs, trying to pick up all 3 dogs in the middle of the earthquake and make it down the stairs while the stairs are dang near collapsing. And then, like after 3 hours, went back upstairs to grab our cell phones, our wallets, and things like that, right? Real quick. The men, not the ladies. And so it's dogs just running throughout the building. Just don't know where to go. I remember one dog, he looked at me, he was a little dog too. He looked at me. I said, come on. So he followed me down the stairs. He saw in the corner of his eye somebody walk by. He turned right back around and ran back up the stairs, and it wasn't even his owner. So the dogs are just running around. So it even took a minute for people to even get the dogs out the building. And that's when I sat back and I said, yeah, we're not going through this. We're not going through this with the dogs. We'll do a goldfish.
You need a German Shepherd. Have you ever had a German Shepherd?
No.
I have. Okay. So German Shepherds are super loyal, great with dogs, and understand who the wife is.
True.
So they're pretty much like, oh, someone's with your wife or closer to your wife. I don't like that person. I'm going to eat that person. And that's done. It's over. They just go right for it. So for wife and children protection, German Shepherds are amazing. And then also, if it's shaking and you're leaving, German Shepherd's right next to you. If they go back into the building, it's only because there's a wife or a kid in there. They're going back into to protect them. But those dogs are ride and die. The only ones that are better, more like that, are Malinois. But that's hard to have. You have a Belgian Malinois. You really have to have a lot of energy for one of those dogs. But those dogs are total ride and die. So I can see it because you want security. Like if you're at the conclave, right? You want to make sure your wife is okay. You have a German Shepherd in the house. Like, yeah, come into the house. I like fresh food. Come on, yeah. You step in the house.
I can concur to that. T-Mac said, he said, Columbia, I know chicas that have pet monkeys.
Yeah.
There was no way I could be in an earthquake with a pet monkey.
No. I thought that was the Pookie from Atlanta. That's the pet monkey. Oh, did I say that? Oh, Theo, you're so bad. Oh.
You're a monster.
Those are most loyal dogs. They will jump in a fire for you. That's right. That's a German Shepherd, man. They're ride and die. Man. If you're gonna die, they're like, I'm coming right with you. I'm gonna die with you. But they will go to the end of the earth. They will climb down the building. That's fun.
I know, right?
Heck with you humans.
I'm out. I'm out. My name is Caesar.
I'm out to live there.
All right. Do you have anything you want to share in closing?
Yeah, I had a good time. I was good to talk here. Again, guys who are going to join the class, you do have a discount. One thing I need you guys to remember, I said last year that class 7 was the last beginning class that I'll be teaching. Now with Japan coming in, and I'm doing class 7 again, so that's why class 8 is coming in. This really is the last one. So I'm not focusing anymore on beginning classes. I'll be focusing only on intermediate and advanced. So we're doing cloud and AI platform engineering with class 8. I say get on the bandwagon. I won't be doing another beginning class until 2031 at earliest. That's because I'll be teaching beginning classes in Japan. So I don't feel like doing 2. Right. There's no need for that. So get in, and if there's no real prerequisite, I think you guys can all do it. The guys who aren't doing it, you can ask people in the chat, or you can ask people around who are my students. Is it worth it? Listen to their advice. That's fine. I have no problem. Whatever they say goes. I have no problem with it. But I got more than enough students who are making 6 figures right now. They're making real money. And they know what's going on. Go to the conclave if you can. We're gonna have a great time. If you can't make it there physically, do a remote pass. You can actually see people talking like Andre. I'm sure Andre, your presentation will be shaking, earth shaking. Did I say that again? Bad Theo.
Yeah.
Bad Theo. Yeah. So, you'll be doing. Where can you sign up to take your class, Theo? He's been putting the link in there. He'll put the link in there again. Again, make sure if you don't see it on there right now, make sure you go back. Make sure you put the code Theo750 in there so you can get a discount. So the discount lasts for the next week. Again, I got a discount special for Andre's show.
So you can go and do that. You can make payments on Affirm on there. That's not an issue. Just so you guys know, for the most part, once you pay for the basic class, I don't really charge anything ever again for you, unless you take the basic class again. But I'm not offering the basic class again this time. You know what I mean? So go do it. You're going to enjoy it, all right? Don't be like coming in here next year and thinking, oh, I'm going to take Theo's class. I mean, like, no, I'm in Tokyo. You're not taking my class. You're not taking the basic class. I'll be teaching the advanced class. I'll be doing securing pedantic AI agents and agentic AI. I'll be doing that. But nah, basic classes will be like, no, man, the AI tsunami is getting you. I'm not helping out. Hope somebody else does, but I'm not going to be there. All right, and I'm looking forward to being in Japan. For guys who are talking about next year's conclave, I have to see how Cali, Colombia recovers, because we are planning on having the conclave next year in Cali.
True.
I will be having a conclave meeting in Tokyo in April 2027. So if you want to fly over to Tokyo, you can come see me, and we can party and have a great time. And I'll be teaching some things about cloud and engineering there. So if you go there on site, but I'm going to be doing international conclaves for the next 4 or 5 years. So this conclave will be the last one that I'll be involved in domestically until at least 2030. How long for average person who work 40 hours from start to job you think it takes? It depends on you.
True.
I have some guys who took 3 months. I've got some guys who took 3 years.
True.
I have a pretty straightforward methodology of doing it. It depends on you how you do it. If the class is life-changing and truly worth it, the pipeline of graduates and their branches will be powerful. Well, I agree. The AI platform engineering one's going to be amazing. It's going to be great. Because I'll be there. Hey, you go to TIQS? You go to Tokyo for that April 2027? Again, the drinks and meat are on me. Well, that's for the whole group anyway. So go there. Just chill out, man. We're going to have a great time. We're going to go crazy. Like, what's the group of those AI engineers in the park? Why are they going so crazy underneath the sakura? That's right. We'll be having a great time. So we're having a good thing. So hold on. Again, there's plenty of opportunities. I want you guys to join the class. I think you guys will really enjoy it. We've already been testing the idea for the last year. This is going to be great. So Theo class is a beast. Don't think you can just waltz your way through the class. You will not survive. This is entirely correct. I do demand that you work, that you study. I give you a lot of materials. So again, with class 7 for Armageddon, and I give you the Terraform, right? But you have to deploy it. You have to change it. But I give it to you. I give you Python code, but you have to deploy it, right? So I don't tell you how to deploy it, but I give you the essentials. I don't make you have to deploy everything from scratch. This is reflective of AI environment. It's kind of funny. Even though I gave Python and Terraform, I had less students passed Armageddon than they did in class 6 and class 5. And I made them do everything in class 6 and class 5, not class 7. So I'm like, hey, look, I know you're using AI, so I expect it. So I'm gonna make it tougher for you.
There you go.
Right, I'm not playing around. I definitely need to go back to Japan. I enjoyed myself too much last time. Hey, Gook, April 2027. I got a spot for you. You can go chill out. Go to the park. I got yakiniku. Got some meat. Got some drink. You want to have a good time? We can have a good time. Just get out to the park. Chewbacca will be there. Eva will be there. They can eat with you.
Go.
There you go. So yeah, I had a good time on your show again. Godspeed to you, man. My prayers are with you. I hope you survive. Again, I know it's hard. I'll tell Shannon that you're definitely going to be there, so we'll make sure. I told him to wait. We didn't know your condition.
Right. Absolutely.
So I didn't know how you would feel like there was an earthquake and your wife would be alone. Little stuff like that. I was like, let's see this one out.
No,
Right. So,
she's already talked about it. She's going to be spending some time with the family, so she's already prepared for when I'll be gone for those days. So just like last time, that's what she did last time, spend time with the family.
house hunting, get a German Shepherd. You come
Yeah.
home.
Hey, believe me, the family has been trying to convince us of the exact same thing for years.
Yeah. Believe me, if I were remarried right now, if I was considering remarriage, okay, Chewbacca and Eva are cute. I'd have a German Shepherd puppy. Just straight out, because I had one before I was growing up. And I'd be like, yeah, this thing will destroy anything in the house. So like kids would mess with me, or I go too far on the street when I was 3 and 4 years old. The German Shepherds come right out, take me by the collar, bring me right back inside. Says, yeah, you're not going that far. They knew. I was like, yeah, you're bad behavior. We're gonna stop this right now. It's a wonderful dog. Again, I'm glad you're doing well, and I'll be talking with you on the back stream. I'm really happy that you're doing as well as you are, Andre. This is phenomenal.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, guys, I'm out. Great podcast, and to my students, gambatene. My students, you can do it. Just keep on working. All right. If you guys got questions, reach out. I'm theolaf@gmail.com. Reach out if you got more questions, and I'll go ahead and give it to you. All right. See you.
All right.
And I'll see you next time. See you in Vegas.
Yes, sir. All right, guys. Shout out to Theo Wall. Appreciate him being in the building, always encouraging us when it comes to classes, always letting us know that, hey, we can do it too. He did it. He always tells what I like about Theo. He always shares that, listen, don't think that I just got this and I was able to do it overnight. He always lets us know that he put in the work that he expects us to put in. So shout out to Theo with that. And we're going to wrap this particular live stream up with some outros. We had a good time enjoying the so I'm looking forward to seeing you guys at the conclave as well. And like I said, I dropped a link for you guys to even just get your tickets. Let me drop that as well. And it has the information. Now let's go back over it. You know what? Before I let you guys go, let's go back over this, because all the information is right there for you. Let me go back. We're going to look over the conclave one more time before we go. And shout out to our brother Theo once again. Let me go here. Okay. So we know that it's going to be in Vegas. You might want to get there on the 10th instead of the 11th, because we always have fun the night before, just meeting up and hanging out. And all the way to Sunday, the 13th. So it's the 11th, the 12th. I'll be speaking on Saturday the 12th, and it is Sunday. Hotel accommodations, that's not bad. $99 deal. So you click on that and you're able to go. And I'm going to drop the link for you guys. So you've got that deal, and you just click on here, book at the Hilton or back to the conclave. Either way, you have that information right there. There go your rooms. Just to let you see what the rooms look like. Got the gym in there for all of us fitness guys. Nice kitchen area. So, and that's where one of the meetings will be. So yeah, it's gonna be really nice. Really nice. Okay, so let's go down here. And these are going to be breakout rooms for each night with each event for the main room of this for the speakers. So we're going to have that. Then, of course, photos from the past. And once again, the hotel information. This is what the hotel looks like on the outside. And let's look at the dates right here. September 10th through the 13th. Those are the dates where you can stay in the hotel and get the conclave, or from the 11th to the 13th. So you'll be able to get those discounts. Right here, you have our brother Obsidian that will be speaking, as well as Shannon. And the Friday speakers will be there. And the ladies will be there to register. They're always there. Shout out to those ladies who are always helping. And then you've got your Friday speakers all the way until 7 p.m. And then you've got your Saturday speakers, such as your boy Andre. And then it ends afterwards with dinner. And then you got your Sunday speaker, which will be usually it's Theo all that time period on Sunday. And then here's your ticket costs right here. You can choose whichever ticket you want. And when the sessions end, and just more questions and answers about the conclave. And remember that some of you guys can get your virtual ticket. So you can get you a virtual ticket. If you can't make it to the conclave, you can also get you a virtual pass and watch it online. So shout out to you guys. Theo says, he said, I'll be standing in the park like every year with the dog, like every year. So we're going to be talking about the conclave all throughout the week, gentlemen, as we talk about other topics. So we're going to be talking about that. All right. And so let's do we had fun with the outro videos yesterday of the belly dancers. First of all, I want to say shout out to all you guys that have donated by way of PayPal, Cash App, and Zelle. We appreciate that, as well as PayPal. But also, we just want to say thank you guys for the super chats as well, and all you members. But since we had such a good time yesterday with the belly dancers, we're going to do another belly dancing outro as well. Let's go here. Let's do the belly dancing outro again.